What's going on, guys? Go. Delizate. But just in case this takes my ass down, just know I love you guys. Oh, I guess my headset turned off. It was gone so long. I'm back too, Nikki. We ride at dawn. But just in case this takes my ass down, just know I love you guys, and we're gonna try to. All right, yeah, dude. I don't know how people watch my content, dude. You guys are crazy. You guys are so crazy. All right, make sure it's all lined up perfectly.
You can't lose what you don't own.
But just in case this takes my ass down, just know I love you guys, and we're gonna try to do an MGK song that I know will not go over well. It isn't Tim Minchin's situation. Yeah, it's more of a, well, we're gonna try and upload an MGK song and see how this works. I feel like this is gonna blow up in my face. File, render as MGK. Render as. All right, well that's rendering that. Content dashboard. What was the last thing we uploaded? We uploaded KRSA1, He Is Us. But oh, well, okay, I didn't. He's got a toothache. That's not good, Nikki. No, no toothaches. This shit's terrible. Okay, cool. This is all already good. I can't believe I haven't been hit by a copyright thing at all on this. What the fuck? Okay, maybe all this old gangster rap might be worth doing. Does this guy even have like an online persona? Like, hell yeah. They got that mouthwash now that has the Orajel stuff in it. That shit's fucking amazing, Nikki. I was using that for a long time because my teeth are fucked up. I did not take care of myself when I was a truck driver, and I'm paying my price for that now. There are times my tooth pain has been so bad I've had to knock myself out in order to go to bed. I feel so bad, dude. My girlfriend did not get a good night's sleep last night. Because I was in one of my little episodes of being in my head and shit, bro. She got to experience it, dude. It's not good. It's not good. Orajel is what she was asking for. Yeah, dude. Orajel does, the shit be hitting sometimes, you know? God damn. Oh, that's right. Well, that's why we did. Okay, I need to add. No, hold on. Where the fuck was it, dude? So wild. I don't know. Alright, well, this is what we'll watch.
Why aren't the American people?
While we do some kind of content. Or play something. But let me go over here and upload some videos. No, it's documents. Documents. Okay, that's the crypt one. The KS one is done, so we can upload Crypt Webby. Oh yeah, a bottle of whiskey like that? I've had to use whiskey like that before. Uh-oh. What the fuck did I just delete? I wasn't looking. Oh, okay. Nothing, I guess. I'm so confused. This is why you shouldn't do 2 fat dabs before you start streaming. What the fuck, man? Oh, here it is. Okay, so KS1 is done. We can get rid of that. MGK is working now. The vlog one can go because we already have that done. And I can always just re-download it from YouTube. What was I made for is done. Wavy, I don't remember which one this was.
To help sick boy.
Oh, wave of change, okay. Yep. Alright, so let's start. I know she switched it for toothpaste. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that shit does work, man. But you gotta let it sit in there for a minute. Gotta let it get in the gums. And the problem is it can get you drunk if you got like a hole in your teeth and shit. Because like then it has a direct pathway into your blood. You know? It's like doing a butt chug, but in your teeth. Documents. Love it. Sparking my bong for you. Hell yeah! Oh shit, Samantha. What's going on, girl? Are you and Braden still holding it down? How's my boy doing? Or am I getting the wrong person's name in here? I could have swore getting her drunk might be a good thing. Yeah. Wavy, grab this one. Thank you. I heard the magic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I heard the magic. Back. Hell yeah, Lou. The lost ones roll again, dude. My girlfriend stopped by. I don't remember what we had a conversation about. Now that fuck, bro. Bro, those dabs, they just melt the brain too much. Like, I'm the walking, talking mural. I had a stroke and brain surgery when I was 9. Oh yeah. Holy shit. Samantha, what's going on, girl? How you doing? Hopefully, wait, what strand you got in that bong right now, bro? Yo, bro, the dabs up here are pretty keno. I'm not gonna lie, man. The shit's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. But I also got my favorites. So like, I'm a spoiled bitch right now. I got me some. What is this? Pineapple fruits, dude. Mint X Skittles. Hell yeah, dude. But it's liquid diamonds in diamonds in resin. It's fucking good. The resin is like a different one, and like it's 2 different. Oh, it's so good, dude. It was like $35 for this little thing. But then I also still have a bunch of hash I need to get through too, bro. But hash scares the shit out of me, bro. I don't like watching the burn, dude. And I haven't been even hooking up the bong, bro. Like it's so much work to do a dab in a bong when you're outside. So you know you gotta get a little creative with it. Especially because I got the full on setup, bro. Where I got the nail, and then what goes in the nail is the little. It's like a screw, and then on top of the nail you put the little marble on it, dude. This motherfucker, bro. So then it like keeps all of the fucking dab in there. It's so delicious. But then while you're also like, you gotta hold the bong at an angle the whole time, and you're like, fuck, dude, this is complicated. Wait, all right, so this was a. Okay, hold on. All right, I remember what I was doing. I got sidetracked. Huh. Does it say wave of change on it? Do a snappy in the bong and an ordinal bong rip? Hell yeah, dude. Okay, heading to Stone AFK. I should be home in about 30 minutes or so. Hell yeah, girl. Be safe. Drive safe, drive well. And then we should grab the guy's name at the end of the thing just so we can give him proper credit. Always give credit to the person making the video. Always act within the interest of fair use. And don't be a dick. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Now, fresh hit every time. Oh, so you're doing the proper bong hits. There you go. Yeah, unfortunately, I have been not too good at the whole bong clear, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So look, dude. It's always funny when you ask like somebody to hit the bong with you and it's their first time and they don't know what they're doing. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny watching someone try to clear a bong. Like, bro. Don't get me wrong, bro. I've hit some bong rips that made me like I can outsmoke anyone I know. You can outsmoke me, I guarantee it. I've only been smoking for about 3 years or 4 years at this point. But I remember we had a buddy, dude, when I was a manager over at Tire Choice in Xenia, Ohio. And I had a buddy named Doobie. And this is my boy, dude. I love this guy. Me and him would go to Michigan all the time and buy like a fuck ton of weed, dude. I mean, we're like, dude, I even have one of the fucking lighters from Quality Roots out there at the border of Michigan, bro. I love my boys out there, right? Anyway, we found a place called Pure Cannabis, and dude, this was a massive dispensary. You go in there, it sometimes take you 2 hours to get your weed, bro. It was fucking wild, bro. But anyway, we would always come back. We'd get like blunts that like are like 2-gram joints that are like double or triple laced. Like you would get just the joint itself, and then it would be coated in like hash or diamonds, and then it also would have like a rosin or resin, the rosin run through, you know, the actual joint itself. So it's like a triple hit, bro. And dude, we would light this motherfucker, and everyone else would be hanging out with us, and like they'd get like a few puffs in, and they'd be like, "No, I'm good, bro." And then just me and him going fucking pass to pass to pass. And he'd be like, "You the only motherfucker still throwing down." I'm like, "Bro, I'm just fat as fuck." Like, bro, that shit was gangster. I miss those, bro. It was like a $65 joint. Like, holy fuck, bro. Can I get some more of that? They got them out here, but they're like the little tiny baby ones, and they're only like, they're not like the 1 grammers. So I gotta ask, bro. I'm like, yo, I just want basically a 2-gram joint that I could take straight to the dome. Like, I don't want to be able to walk for a fucking week, dude. And it was really funny. Yeah, rapper weed, dude. Yeah. Dude, me and Moon Rocks. Like, dude, there's no Moon Rocks in this province so far. I've been to 4 dispensaries. I walk in back, please tell me you guys have Moon Rocks. And they're like, no. Fuck! Bro, King of Bong hits in college. Dude, I'm telling you. That shit was gangster as fuck, dude. Oh, wait, did I already... I started smoking when I was almost 30. I didn't think I should because of my brain issues. I imagine it actually helps you with some of that. I could totally be speaking out of my ass, though, so please don't let me speak on your behalf on that. Oh, I did not save that. Oh, I did. What the fuck, fat bitch? How are you not knowing, like, what you... How much of that? Like, bro, that was only 2 hits. How am I this fucked up? There's no way. How am I this dumb right now? Alright, so we have that already. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, here it is. Open with. Shit. Try this again, dude. Come on, bro. Quit being lame. I think we just need to do that. I think that would be. We need. Show me what you got. Alright, sorry. Hell yeah. Right. A little smaller, I think. Methinks we want to get the white within the. Nice. Nope. It's condensing too much. We'll leave it right there. Whoopsie. No, it needs to go up a little bit. Now it needs to go down a little. Come on, bro. Hell yeah, buddy. All right, so let's get all of these out of here so they don't fucking confuse me. Okay. Which one is? Oh, that's where. Yeah, cool. That one's already done. Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, buddy. I don't even remember what this one is. Oh, the Asmongold one. Rush. Man, I started smoking when I was 33, dude. 33 was a good spot for me to start. All right. Upload. Desktop. Hell yeah. All right, let's get that. Always I love Sam, Raising Tides, hashtag wave of change. Man. And then his name is Jesse, right? Yeah. And then we already got rid in there, Renegades, all that shit. And then House Potato Challenge. Submit rating. Dude. There's no music in this, so we should be able to just put this as live. It's only 4 minutes long. Yeah, I don't know much about his story. Alright, well, that means we can close this. I might if I have time tonight or sometime tomorrow, I'm gonna work on a video, essentially just going over some of my political opinions, so that I can just here you go. Whenever someone asks me a question, what was it? Someone told me the other day. Someone who's been a big, long time subscriber, and we've talked about a lot of stuff on the channel. I think I'm gonna actually make like a little mini. I don't know. I don't want to call it like a content nuke because like I don't have that kind of clout. But I think I want to do like a. I'm back. My phone was wigging out. I had to do a hand reset on it. Damn. I think I want to do kind of like a little mini hit piece on Hassan, dude. Because this lady was like, "What are your problems with Hassan?" And it's like, I will happily tell you, and I should do so in the form of a video. I think I want to do something like that. I think like that'd be fun. You know, that'd be a little fun to do. You know, I want to start making a little more content that's like a little more taxing on my creativity versus Just trying to keep up arguments because, brother. Alright, well, that video just finished, did it not? Which one was this? In These Walls? Hell yeah! Yeah, 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 yeah. The friend group that fell apart. Alright, dude. I think we're gonna end this will be the okay, so we can just do it right here, right? Alright. So then we should be able to just now. Yeah, okay, cool. We should now just be able to drag this over. Start the rendering of the last song. Holy Jedediah, bro, that's long. All right. No, not that. We should do it up here. Fade, see how the transition looks.
You can't lose what you don't own.
That's what she said. Hell yeah, buddy. All right. Then we just need to see how it ends. And party as hard as they let you guys. Peace. Nothing crazy. Transitions probably soon. Party as hard as they let you guys. Peace. All right, cool, dude. File save. File render. And that's going to be Young. Carl Youngton. I want to see if I can win a debate with AI. All right. All right. So, we're going to get this video going. And then we're going to move this over here. Hell yeah. And see if we can jump onto Warframe at the same time. Gotta keep doing more of those runs, but I want to do a little multitasking. Destiny shitting on the Young Turks. It's always a good time. I gotta see how crazy they are. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Somebody come and get my booty juicy. Cool. Lost to Ass Cheeks and Jedediah. Hurrah! Ooh!
Make your choice, Tenno.
An Orkan reactor? Guiding Rose? What up, Pixie? Pixie, we need to make more of your stuff, more of your AI. We need to make more of your model. And we should also go over like story ideas. That's what we should be doing. I should be working on my story. So this has got a 3-day affinity booster. Fuck. Though, I need to finish the chapter I've been stuck on for a long time. Alright. Let's see what the amazing Young Turks have going on in their brilliant brains.
Well, allowed to know. Just like, can we find out what category they were in? Were they a farmer? Were they a banker? What were they?
Maybe they happened to be in New York City at the time, doing other spy operations.
Maybe there just happened to be some Jews visiting Brooklyn. I guess. That changes things. Now we've got Jews taking pictures of the World Trade Center, and they have cash and passports.
If you work in politics or media in any way, shape, or form, if you question them, you would immediately be fired. You would be labeled a kook, a conspiracy.
Good! There are some things that are so retarded that if you haven't done any research, any homework, any effort, yeah, you should be ostracized and shunned and kicked out. Your job is to give answers. You're a journalist. You don't just ask questions on air with no, that's what retards do.
I think he's
Oh god, this might be fun. Fuck yes.
telling the truth.
You think that Trump was an FBI informant?
Yes, I do.
Oh, interesting. Why do you think that?
Oh, this is the whole video. Okay, well, when we get to that point, we don't have to keep watching, but I got to get to that point because I've seen him do this. What the fuck, man?
One, that's a super weird thing to make up. You don't just slip up and go, oh yeah, John Iadarola is a CIA agent. You're like, wait, what? Why would that even pop into your head?
No, come on. If we're being honest, Mike was just reaching for words to sound good. He's like, oh, this guy told on Epstein to the FBI and stuff. He was an FBI informant.
I don't think I'm mistaken in noticing a change in you, to be quite frank, and it's a change that I personally like. There's a certain seriousness and maturity in the way.
This is the Jewish space laser lady.
The official story on 9/11 is a complete lie. The 9/11 report is a joke.
You have the CIA following two men all over the planet and then eventually even to America, right? And you don't tell the FBI. 9/11 Commission, the cover-up.
So what did happen? What did the government know? What did foreign governments know? There was a cover-up. Why? It's been nearly...
Oh, God.
What did foreign governments
Why'd they show that guy?
know? There was a cover-up. Why? It's been nearly 25 years. It is time Americans learned what actually happened. We're going to tell you. We're releasing one episode per week. You're not going to want to wait. If you're a member, you don't have to. What did the government know?
Am I having a faceplant moment, or is this is Netanyahu, right? Why? Okay. What is this? Why is it just because we hate Israel? Why is he wasn't even the prime minister when 9/11 happened? No. I don't even know what his position in government was.
Governments know. There was a cover-up.
Just because he's the most recognizable Israel guy?
You get all 5 episodes the day it drops, right then, ad-free. Our first episode airs Thursday, 9/11, September 11th. You will not want to miss it. Join us now at TuckerCarlson.com.
All right, well, that trailer and this docu-series that's coming up on the Tucker Carlson
Docu-series.
network is getting a lot of attention, so much so that Piers Morgan interviewed him today just to ask some questions and to challenge what many believe are simply crazy conspiracy theories among conspiracy theorists in regard to what took place on 9/11. I don't know what I personally believe. Obviously, this hasn't been published yet, but I thought that this conversation, this exchange
Spoiler alert, she's going to agree with every single thing Tucker Carlson says.
between Piers Morgan and Tucker Carlson was fascinating, and we're going to just give you
God, dude, I bet you they are. There's no way we live in a world where the TYT network is going to be sitting here just doing straight up fucking propaganda for... There's no way. This can't be the world we live in. What is happening?
a few highlights. Please watch the entire conversation for yourselves. But before I get into it, Cenk, any initial thoughts?
Well, before I never entertained the idea that 9/11 was anything but what the government said. And so I was like, what did they make the planes disappear? They get willing to kill everybody on the planes. It all sounds absurd. So I now think that I have seen the government do so many terrible things repeatedly and cover up for it repeatedly that I am no longer sure. And when you see things like World Trade Center 7,
Building 7, the big meme. What happened to that? What happened to Building 7, guys?
World Trade Center 7, a building across the street, apparently was so hot that the steel inside the building melted from across the street. But the government found Mohammed Atta's paper passport conveniently on top of the rubble.
Like, this is one of those talking points that got brought up a lot. Honestly, I thought this was, like, kind of weird. Really? His passport? But then, as part of our research on that one thing, I mean, it's paper. It's not like it plummets to the ground. Apparently, it's really common at crash sites that you find people's IDs, wallets, passports. Like, that's just a really common phenomena. I didn't know that until studying the 9/11 shit, that actually happens, like, pretty frequently.
Yeah, there's
Things that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I know the answer, but I'm beginning to come to some conclusions about what is not the answer.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at as well, right? I'm not running around saying 9/11 was an inside job. I don't know, but I do know.
We should do the Dancing Israelis meme already on Twitter, though.
That there are some serious issues with what the, accepted narrative is. And in fact, they're about to get into an exchange in regard to Building 7. So let's go to the first clip.
Huge parts of the 9/11 story were left out of the commission report. For example, what happened to Building 7, which was not only not next to the Twin Towers, which were hit by airplanes, but had a building in between itself and those buildings, collapsed that afternoon for reasons that no one has been able to explain since.
It was massively on fire. The whole inside of the building was. I always like how people will ask these questions that they come off as like kind of like a truism thing where it's like, obviously the answer is obvious, but it's like, is it? People's like, well, like, would you really expect a building that's on fire, that's made of steel, would you really expect that building to collapse?
Yes.
And it's like, well, I guess not. But then it's like, well, actually, I don't know. I've never seen a full-ass, huge-ass building on fire before when two other buildings were hit with planes. I don't know the answer to that. I don't even know if I can intuit the answer to that. This is a massive thing that we're talking about here. I don't know if it's the same as like Lego blocks.
You're not a lunatic for asking. There is no there's no plausible explanation for how that building collapsed.
So that's the issue at play here, that I wanted to give you that portion of what Tucker Carlson had to say. And Piers Morgan attempts to explain it to some extent by providing what he feels is a similar example of another building, like just melting away similarly to Building 7. Yeah.
Before we go to that clip, Anna, I just want to say, this story broke today. I didn't know that that was going to be the first topic. And for all the times that I had this conversation with Ben and a million other people, I would always say, look, guys, I get everything, and I'm not a physicist. I don't know how the plane could hit or couldn't hit or could crash or couldn't crash. I got no expertise on that. Just that building that is not anywhere near the other buildings, just melting down. I've never thought that made any sense. And what we should expect from our government is logical answers, not like, whatever, shut up, you're a conspiracy theorist, and you should never get any real answer.
Hold on, I'm sorry, just because I can't let this retarded speak uninterrupted. We'll watch this real quick.
On the evening of September 11th, 2001, after the world witnessed the tragic collapse of the World Trade Centers, a nearby building mysteriously...
I don't know where this, like, it was nowhere nearby. This is like the wet market was 1 mile from the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Like, no, it was like 12 kilometers. And also, even 1 mile is kind of far when you're talking about, like, walking, you know, like you walk by a ton of people in a mile in a huge city. And it was 12 kilometers, okay, not 1 mile. But it's, yeah, it's just like things that...
The WTC-7. How did this almost perfect-looking building collapse? The key to this mystery lies in this video footage. Did you notice a sharp V-shaped dent at the top of the building well before the main collapse? This was the penthouse of WTC-7. Exactly below this dent, you'll be able to observe the 3 main columns of the building. You can conclude that this dent happened simply because these 3 columns collapsed.
Is there a way to unpick people's minds? It feels like a lot of people are actually saying. The problem is that the mind is working, but it's not a problem with logical thought. There's some political thing that's it. Because there are so many ways that you could protect yourself from a trap like this. Like, you could just think, okay, hold on. Okay, so there's a terrorist attack against the World Trade Centers, right? Yes.
What
and the U.S. government allowed it to happen.
Really?
Let's say all that, right? Okay, sure. Why would the terrorists also make Building 7 collapse?
That's actually a good question, too. What did they gain by that? Yeah. But, like, she was there for school? What the fuck? That's so wild when you actually think about it, dude.
You ran all the way back to my poisoned garden. Now
Yes,
you're
we
chasing
did.
me here?
Like, what would be the purpose of that? Like, let's assume that let's assume your framing is totally true, that this is nowhere near
They
the
were
World Trade
twins?
Centers, no planes hit
What
it,
the
and
fuck?
the World Trade Centers were brought down with controlled demolitions, or I guess planes hit it and they were allowed to collapse. Why would they make Building 7 collapse too? For the love of the game? Yeah, like, what's your theory on this? But the thing that sucks, and this is the same thing with the lab leakers, there's never an alternate theory. There's never a single alternate theory that they have to defend. It's just a whole bunch of like, what about this? 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 And in any official story, in any factual accounting of a story, there's always going to be a couple facts that might just be hard to account for. There's just like weird shit that happens sometimes. Like, I don't know. Either a guy drove fast, or, you know, a dude tripped 2 times in the same spot, or, you know, like sometimes weird shit happens in life. Weird shit does happen, you know?
Yeah, I remember
isn't the
that
legit
one,
conspiracy
dude.
that Intel people didn't share information that they should have? I think there was an effort to avoid.
Yeah, dude, the fact that because wasn't he gonna be on? I think there are demon rats now, not on the right side. Oh. I think that wasn't Seth MacFarlane gonna get on like the actual plane that was one of the ones that got crashed? That's so crazy to think about. But then we would have never saw Road to the West. Or what was it called? I don't remember, but that movie was pretty bad. I own that.
Blame, which is hella boring compared to holographic Jew planes. Well, but that's not a conspiracy. I think that was pretty well understood. But it wasn't that they were not sharing info because they wanted the American people to die. It's that there was a real problem with coordination between intelligence departments. I think this is why the Department of Homeland Security was created, was to facilitate more interflow of information between these agencies. But it wasn't because they wanted to watch America die and for us to go to war in the Middle East for Israel and Jews and everything.
TC7.
Okay, sorry. Just need to make a quick pit stop there. Okay, back to this.
Real answers.
Right.
Not like, whatever, shut up, you're a conspiracy theorist, and you should never get any real answers. So the reason I interrupted you is because I'm super curious what Piers Morgan is going to say, because I've literally never heard a proper explanation for it.
Like, this is the thing that I don't understand, right? I don't understand. What am I saying? What am I saying right now? Hold on, am I treating this like a serious question when I shouldn't be? Because, like, sometimes I'm curious, like, why things happen, but, like, we have the internet, so I just, like, look it up, right? Back in the day, we had to run to Mr. Britannica and ask him. or God forbid Yahoo or Ask Jeeves or the library. But like, if you really want to know, 9/11 was, man, 6, 7, 8 years ago, not 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 24 years ago. It was a long time ago. You've had a lot of time. You've had so much time to look up the answer to that question. How have you not a single time watched any video or read anything ever? One time. Ever.
Good question.
When I believe 9/11 100%.
Well, let's go
the
to
official
Piers Morgan.
story.
Let's see what he has to say.
If you look into the investigation into Tower 7, the findings of the investigation into it were that the North Tower, when it came down, had set off a load of fires in Building 7. And it was a steel structure and shouldn't have gone down, but it did.
Yeah,
the fire burned all afternoon. And I think it was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon or something. The tower eventually...
I have mine set to live chat. It should be, unless everyone has to do that. I came here looking for booty. Oh shit! I had to. Okay, so I think it's just everybody has to. That's wild.
Gave way to the welter of fires raging inside it. And it was the only time that had happened to a structure that was built in that way. However, there has been another tower very similar to that in structure, which has since gone down in Tehran. So it's no longer the only one. In other words, there is another example of a tower like that collapsing.
Okay, so you can see Tucker Carlson smiling in response to what Piers Morgan is saying, probably because, okay, well, if you want to make that argument that the fire was so hot that it led to the collapse of Building 7, well, what happened to the building in between, right? And nothing happened to that building? And so I want to give Tucker an opportunity.
Well, but all of those buildings were extremely damaged. What do you mean? But they were also probably supporting a lot less weight, right? Because the buildings were significantly smaller.
To respond to that, and then we can discuss.
What is the alternative explanation? I mean, if you're examining another theory, other than the one that the investigation concluded was simply...
Yeah, this is the question. So what is your alternative hypothesis? Give us one.
The North Tower came down, fires were set off in Tower 7, and then it eventually collapsed. What is the other theory which we should give more credence to?
I don't know that the onus is on me or anyone.
Oh my God, this guy. I was going to say, I don't want to say this in advance because I don't want to give him any credit. I was going to say, I'll give him a credit. I'll give him a little bit of credit if he at least gives like a coherent theory on the other end. But yes, the onus is on you now because there is an official story. It is supported by a ton of evidence. There are some weird things, sure, but there's never going to be a story that accounts cleanly and neatly and that every single fact is going to be the most obvious thing to happen every single time. And then if not, you have to, like, justify. I don't even know how you say justify. Like, sometimes there's just weird shit that happens. Like, you have to give an alternative explanation.
One who seeks the truth about what happened to come up with an alternative theory. The onus is on federal authorities to explain why, for example, they never investigated it. Why, for example, the rubble and the steel...
They never investigated what?
...from that building was carted off within hours and sent out of the country to Asia. Why, for example...
Oh, geez, these are new ones I haven't even heard before.
An analysis done not by kooks, but by chemists, found traces of explosive material in the dust from that day. Why structural engineers who have kind of no skin in this game came to the conclusion that just couldn't happen based on all available evidence. And that none of that is addressed at all or even mentioned in the 9/11 report. So, and there are all kinds of anomalies, as I know that you're fully aware, and there are possible explanations to explain all of them. For example, the BBC report on air saying the building had fallen when it hadn't fallen yet.
He's right about that BBC report, and Pierce later says that...
I hate the way these people think. Like, Jesus Christ. You know that not every aspect of everything is always uncovered under every investigation, right? Like, even right now, there's still like a small % chance, an abysmal chance that like you could just like fall through the earth. Probably never gonna happen. But like, bro, so much of what we are is still unknown to the vast quantity of information about even our biological structure, or what some people need to do for a diet is lost to modern people. Like, how the fuck are we going to discern every piece of information about everything that happens? Like, there's always going to be gaps and like people that have disagreements with official narratives. But if you're going to question the official narrative, you have to replace it with a new one. You're the one making the claim. Like, that's the way... what the fuck, man? Okay.
Only a few pages left, kiddo.
that the BBC report was based on an erroneous report by Reuters. Okay.
Okay, that does.
Like, think about what you're saying here. You understand what they're implying? They're implying that all the mainstream media companies around the world had already gotten the conspiracy notes and were supposed to be reporting about the falling building with, like, it doesn't even make sense. What are you even positing here? That the BBC was given talking points of the building collapsing ahead of time? Why would they even need those talking points? They could just talk about it collapsing as it collapses. It doesn't even make sense. Like, it's so stupid. This is such a nonsense talking point. Oh, these are some of the untouched buildings. Untouched. Why didn't this one collapse? This is an aerial view. It shows only a small portion of the crime scene where the World Trade Center collapsed. Following this, surrounding buildings were heavily damaged by the debris at massive force. Falling Twin Towers. Cleanup efforts were expected to continue for months. Pristine condition. What about this building? What's this one right here? What was this one made out of?
Doesn't explain anything. How did Reuters know the building was going to collapse before it got hit?
Exactly.
Like, what is your alternate explanation? What? Like, don't you have to give something? What do you think? That they were all told ahead of time that it was supposed to collapse?
Yeah.
So look, I don't know those details.
We don't know. And like, I'm very interested to watch this docuseries and the claims that it makes. I was super young when 9/11 happened.
Why not go watch anything else educational ever? Like, you guys are so airheaded. I'm so curious to watch. Why is it the only shit you'll watch is actual brain rot memes? Why not go watch like an actual documentary? Why not go watch an actual report or an actual physicist or the Popular Mechanics series that went over loose change? Or like, there's a billion videos out there. Like, are we seriously 25 years later thinking like, man, I wish there was anything made about what happened on 9/11? Thank God Tucker Carlson is here to free us from our ignorance. Like, Jesus Christ.
And like, I'm very interested to watch this docuseries and the claims that it makes. I was super young when 9/11 happened. I was in high school, and the thought of, this being a big conspiracy was ridiculous to me. It didn't even cross my mind. I was a child, okay? But revisiting this now, I do have a lot of questions.
Yeah, no, it's over. Look, we're at a seminal moment in American politics and media. Before, there was a whole bucket of things you could not question. The minute you question them, what would happen? Wow, what does that mean you can't question them? It's anything you want in a backyard barbecue, right? But if you work in politics or media in any way, shape, or form, if you question them, you would immediately be fired. You would be labeled a kook, a conspiracy.
Good! There are some things that are so fucking retarded that if you haven't done any research, any homework, any effort, yeah, you should be ostracized and shunned and kicked out. Go to some other island or go to some other place. You're too retarded to be here. There should be a minimum threshold. We should call them thought crimes. That's what we need. We need to bring thought crimes back. If you think retarded thoughts, you're out of here.
Theories and probably some sort of character assassination on top attached to it.
No, that's not character assassination, Jank. That's character suicide. You are committing character suicide because you're supposedly some 60-year-old guy who's been commenting on politics for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and not one time in the history of all of politics have you thought to look up what happened to the World Trade Centers. And now it's apparently a huge subject of interest for you, and you still can't take the time. What the these guys do all day? What do they do with their lives all day? Do they work? Are they broadcasting for 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? Like, what the are you doing in your free time?
Anti-Semite, a racist, a this, a that, whatever it is, but you're dispatched. You're not allowed on air, right? Now, because of digital media, they can't contain it. And now everybody's asking questions, and they're like, fire Tim Dillon. Damn it, we can't fire Tim Dillon. Okay, then fire Joe Rogan. God damn it, we can't fire Joe Rogan. So now people are starting to ask and ask and ask. And so what I'm telling you now about the seminal moment is we've crossed the Rubicon. You can ask any goddamn thing you like,
right?
Okay? And if they try to fire you for it, they're the bad guys, not you.
And
okay?
asking the question doesn't mean that you already think that it's a conspiracy and you're just trying to prove that it's a conspiracy. The questions about Building 7 are legitimate questions. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, look, I'm...
Like, it's just so fucking cringe. I would...
God damn. The R word makes him memorable or unforgettable? Oh, come on, buddy. Why you dying? Get up, pussy. Like, it's so fucking wild. Like, I'm feeling like Tucker Carlson is just becoming the next Alex Jones. Like, for a lot of people that don't remember, back in the early 2000s, after 9/11, there was a thing called, the Zeitgeist. It was a documentary about what really happened on 9/11. A lot of people, older now, because I didn't even know this, all of that stuff was funded and created by fucking Alex Jones.
The thread is cut. Oh, you may safely resume your throne,
Like,
Your Majesty.
That's crazy. So Alex Jones was already starting like a social movement on the undercurrent of Zeitgeist, which I remember being passed around high school. I have a copy of the disc. I have it behind me. It's got a breakdown of all of how all this shit happened, and a lot of my friends got brainwashed by this shit when we were very young. And like, I never looked at, like, I watched it and I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't believe any of this shit because my parents are hardcore military, right? And then like when I was going through all my video games and stuff to put on the shelf and put behind me, I opened up one of the things thinking Monster Hunter was in there, and it was the Zeitgeist video, and all of the videos that were on that document were fucking from InfoWars. So now we have Tucker Carlson now doing the same talking points that people like fucking Alex Jones has been doing for years, and like these populists over here on the left from the TYT that want to push like socialism is what they say they want to push, are now buying it all wholesale. This is fucking crazy, dude. What the fuck? Oh, there's a floof I can go get? Why should I need to do that real quick? Hold on, I didn't see any of these.
Myself, if I was pretending to be in media and asking like the most retarded fucking questions in the universe, like how, like, you think nobody has spoken about this? Nobody's looked into this. Like, what an unbelievably fucking stupid thing to say on air. Like, oh my God, guys, it's 2025. Has anybody looked into Building 7? Has anybody thought about what's going on there? Like,
I'm willing to get convinced on anything, but Building 7 is a mystery that is nearly impossible. Like the idea that the towers would collapse themselves, north and south, after they got hit, that the steel could burn so much that they could collapse is a very controversial idea within engineering circles, right? But the fact, but a building across the street with other buildings in between, no, the steel didn't burn down. No way. That is not the correct answer. So the same thing with JFK. So if when I was growing up, if you ever said anything about JFK, you were told to shut up and you'd get fired, etc. Now I don't know who killed JFK because I don't have the secret files in front of me. I don't know what happened on 9/11. But it's not my job to know. It's my job to ask questions, right? And it's the job.
No,
oh my
it's
God.
not your job to ask questions. You fucking retard. You fat piece of shit. Your job is to give answers. You're a journalist. You don't just ask questions on air with no, that's what retards do. Hey, did anybody know about that? Or when journalists say they're asking questions, that's part of their investigative method to deliver answers to the public. You're not supposed to just sit up here and ask, what happened here? What about that? What about that? What about any random retard can do that?
Job of the government to tell us the correct answers. So what I'm telling you now is, on JFK, I'm absolutely positive the government story is not the correct answer. Lee Harvey Oswald didn't shoot him from 3 states away and hit everything else in between and is the greatest shot of all time, even though he had nothing to do with JFK.
You didn't need to be the greatest shot of all. Other people have made those shots. It's not the great. People act like this guy was like 360 no-scoping 3 times in a row with instant reload aim hacks.
There's tons and tons of people who despise JFK and wanted him killed. They said on the record they wanted him killed.
Also, wasn't it like 120 yards or something?
So I don't know which one of them did it. I do know that it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald acting by himself. And if you want to do the old games and say, well, the government said it, so you're a conspiracy theorist, you can do that all day long, guys.
Haven't we watched videos of this, of like other Marines making these shots? They were like decently hard shots, sure. But I mean, is the Lee Harvey Oswald shot possible?
Glaring omissions in the tests fired for the commission. CBS News decided to conduct its own tests with the Mannlicher Carcano.
A moving target is harder to hit than a stationary one, and the elevation of the 6th floor window might make a difference. The only elevation for the Warren Commission firing tests was a 30-foot tower, less than half the height of the book depository's 6th floor above Elm Street. So CBS News had a tower and target track constructed to match exactly the heights and distances in Dealey Plaza.
Right, am I retarded? Or no, maybe just only the good media survived. Well, I feel like our older media was so good. Am I crazy?
Yeah, it was,
target track was angled to match precisely the angle of Elm Street. The target, a standard FBI silhouette, moved by electric motor at 11 miles an hour, approximately the speed of the presidential limousine. A rifle of the same make and age as Oswald's was fitted with the same 4-power telescopic sight found on his rifle. 11 volunteer marksmen took turns, firing clips of 3 bullets each at the moving target. None of the men had much familiarity with the Italian Mannlicher Carcano, although each was given time to practice at a nearby indoor range, and most of the volunteers were experienced with bolt-action rifles. In each case, the first shot was fired at a point approximating the point at which the Warren Commission deduced the first shot was fired. Distance, about 175 feet. In 6 seconds, the distance grows to 270 feet. Results varied. A Maryland state trooper made 2 hits in the silhouette. 1 near miss in slightly less than 5 seconds. Another state trooper's best time was 5.4 seconds.
Jeez.
1 hit, 2 near misses. A weapons engineer had the best score.
A weapons engineer.
3 hits in 5.2 seconds.
What was the time for all 3 shots being fired? How long did it take for all 3 shots fired? Lee Harvey Oswald. 8 seconds? This is the one where they're like, he fired so fast and accurate that it was impossible. Well, this says slightly less than 6 seconds.
But it doesn't matter because you said on the record they wanted him killed. So I don't know which one of them did it. I do know that it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald acting by himself. And if you want to do the old games and say, well, the government said it, so you're a conspiracy theorist, you can do that all day long, guys. But it doesn't matter because you lost. Because now
like he's right, we did lose. Retardation did win at the end of the day, but it's not because you were correct on that. It's just because you guys were so fucking loud with your retardation. You ended up drowning out all the other voices. They did a good job.
You look ridiculous. So now when you turn back to 9/11.
Oh! Shit, I forgot I'm in a live match. Like, bro, holy fuck. Bro, this is how they win. The radical left, the radical right, they win just by screaming very loud, seeming like they know what the fuck they're talking about, and then preying on people's ignorance. Like, this is so fucking insane. And then they go around bragging about how, like, their side is now the one that's in power. Like, this is how I know that, like, they're just Republicans, bro. Because technically, you've been on the left the entire time, assface. Your side lost too, dick. But he isn't actually a liberal or a socialist or anything like that. He's just someone seeking for control, and he saw how successful populism was.
Go to extraction.
Hell yeah, buddy. We got Lou, we got Ricardo, we got Nikki back! That's crazy, dude. Okay. We have the beautiful Pixie. Oh shit. Oh, thank God they killed that guy. He would have killed him.
No, I don't know the answer, guys. I don't know who did it, why they did it, or maybe it did happen just like October 7th, where it's not that Israel did it, but there was a weird stand-down order. Why was there a stand-down order? And that's not me saying, that's IDF soldiers saying there was a stand-down order right at that exact time. Down order. Maybe it did happen. So now when you turn back to 9/11, no, I don't know the answer, guys. I don't know who did it, why they did it, or maybe it did happen just like October 7th, where it's not that Israel did it, but there was a weird stand-down order.
What's the weird stand-down? What is this? Which should you read from all of them? What is the weird stand-down order? What are we talking about here? Like they were fighting Hamas that was in Israel. Like that was a thing that was happening, or...
Why was there a stand-down order? And that's not me saying, that's IDF soldiers saying there was a stand-down order right at that exact time when we never have a stand-down order. So that's not me saying Israel did it. That's me saying that's weird.
That is weird.
Right?
We need an answer to that.
Yeah, and you need a plausible answer to that. Not trust me, bro, which is what the government's been doing the entire time. And then one more quick thing on Pierce's answer. So now we're told that conveniently there was a building that melted down in a similar way in Tehran. Wait, does Iran acknowledge that? Or is that some intelligence we got from a trusted ally? And just trust us, bro, that building went down just like World Trade Center 7 did.
You spent 1 hour so far debunking 2 claims, 10-minute long video, so much time wasted on what is essentially already answered questions that these people asking questions could have just looked up themselves before spreading all this bullshit. Yeah, well, they've never looked up or they don't care. I guess it's just frustrating because like I said, that it's not even so much that they're wrong. It's not even so much that they're retarded and malicious. It's that it sucks away oxygen from having actual conversations about stuff that might be important to talk about. Now it's just like we talk about this stupid shit.
Yeah, maybe and maybe not.
Should we play a few more clips?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So the topic then switched to whether anyone may have known that this terror attack was going to happen, but withheld that information or that intel from the American people.
Israel Jews.
Well, the American government. Anyway, let's get to that clip.
Is it cock up, or do you think there is merit to the suggestion that some people somewhere must have known more than we've been told?
Well, I'm just asking questions. It's certainly plausible. I don't know what else.
Well, we know that people did know more than we've been told. I mean, somebody shorted the airlines and a bunch of the banks that were affected. Now, this is not...
Somebody shorted something? People are shorting things all the time. What, like, okay.
Not a conspiracy theory, it's not a guess. This is publicly available information. Now, the FBI found out the identity of the person or institution that shorted these events on 9/11 and made a huge amount of money by doing that.
How much? Why not say the amount?
It never released that information, so why
Well,
can't...
then how do you even know about it?
We know who clearly had foreknowledge. I mean, if you're shorting American Airlines a week before 9/11 when no one knows it's coming, I think you should have to explain why you did that. And if you're...
Really? So every single person has to explain every single action that they did that they might have somehow in a roundabout way been benefited from. Like, I was planning on going to New York this September, but I canceled my plans. Now the FBI is going to come knocking on your door. Like, why'd you cancel your plans? Well, we noticed that you stayed home instead. That's really weird. Did you know 9/11 was going to happen? What the like this is so on its face absurd. Such an absurd proposition that every single person now has to account for every single, Jesus Christ.
You're shorting Barclays and banks that were affected by 9/11. Why can't we know who you are? These are public markets, by the way. This is not private equity. This is publicly traded equities.
That's fascinating. I mean, there could be an explanation for why that individual decided to short American Airlines. It could have been a crazy coincidence.
Yeah. Publicly traded doesn't mean that
What the fuck, dude? Like, did you see how they just gather like a loose fact, and then they build off an entire web of lies and bullshit off of that? Paper crowns are the shit. Woohoo! That's crazy. Oh yeah, we should take a look at. Oh, never mind. It's already uploaded. I have a couple tiaras. Oh, sparkly. I ain't got no tiaras, dude. I ain't pretty enough for that shit, dude. I can't pull it off. Though, I did tell my girlfriend we need to buy the tutu, so I could be a pretty princess with you guys.
everybody's positions are known to all people at all times. Like,
I'll never wear
I
it.
buy and sell publicly traded stocks. I don't think you can look up the individual buyer and seller of every single publicly traded stock.
Yeah. So look, again, the problem isn't the answer. The problem is that we weren't allowed to ask before. Right. So for example, is it possible that somebody had a different hunch based on a completely different thing and they shorted American and they got quote unquote lucky, right? In that sense. Now you could say that.
Or it could just be that, yeah, airlines are always like good short targets because they fucking suck. They're like the least profitable companies in the fucking United States. That's why we're changing them so often. What do you mean?
It was rolling your eyes. Oh yeah, what a coincidence. But it might be. It might be, right? It depends on the scale of it. It depends.
I like how they're pretending that's like the most unlikely thing ever, but they're being charitable. Like, is it possible that maybe somebody could have chose to short the exact airlines that would go, that would decrease in value? I mean, I guess it's possible. We're being fair. I guess it's possible. Like, wow, dude.
On who it is it Rando Bomb from Nebraska? Well, how the hell would he know, right? But if it's somebody from the intelligence community, wait, that's a different thing, right? If it's a senator, that's a different thing, right? So why aren't the American people allowed to know? I mean, you don't even have to give me the brother's name, whether it was the guy who shorted Barclays or the company that did, or American or whatever. Just like, can we find out what category they were in? Were they a farmer? Were they a banker? What were they, right? But for everything, they always tell you the same thing. Shut up, otherwise we'll ruin you. You'll assassinate your character and say you're a conspiracy theorist, and you'll never work again.
Yeah.
That reaction makes me think, wait, maybe this is worse than I thought.
Yeah,
because what a weirdo reaction for the most normal questions about.
They're not normal questions. I want to know the status of every single trade that you might have engaged in prior to. That's not a normal question at all. That's a insane question. What if there was some dude who worked at the FBI or the CIA and he's like, I'm going to short all the airline stocks, this week. And it's like 9/11. I was like, oh. And now Jen gets access to all of your trades, like this random, like low-level worker knew the whole 9/11 plot. It's like, well, me, I guess. Jesus.
One of the most important events in American history.
It is one of the most important and most tragic events in American history. It was the largest terror attack on U.S. soil. Okay, thousands of people died, and it served as the catalyst for changing this country forever, and not for the best, I would argue. Okay, violations of American.
Bring up the Jew shit. You know you want to. What are the three ones? It's dancing Israelis, the Jewish text messages, and the insurance for the building owners. Please, God.
Americans' privacies, mass surveillance, the Patriot Act, obviously, foreign wars. It just goes
global war on terrorism that cost us $8 trillion.
Yes.
Happen to take out other people's enemies, not our enemies. Anyways, but
other people's enemy. Just say it, you wuss. You're such a. Just say it. Just say it, okay? Israel's enemies. Say it.
It just goes
global war on terrorism that cost us $8 trillion.
Yes.
Happen to take out other people's enemies, not our enemies. Anyways, but one other thing, like the Bin Ladens. So why did we fly out the Bin Ladens? No one's ever answered that.
That's a great question.
So that was a question from the left. That was Michael Moore asking that question. What a weird reaction. You're telling me Osama bin Laden did it, and your first reaction was to gather up all the Bin Ladens that apparently lived inside America and fly them out first class to Saudi Arabia.
Why?
And I'm not allowed to ask why? No.
I don't even know what the reference. I haven't heard this one before.
That's crazy talk. Guys, this isn't about right or left. This is about our government doesn't represent us, and they keep telling us funny stories that don't make any sense. The minute you ask one question, they try to take your head off.
Yeah.
So you got one more?
One more clip. Let's take a look.
So clearly, yes, there was foreknowledge. By the way, there was a team, this is according to the FBI, by the way, this is the FBI saying, there was a
team of Mossad dancing. Please do the dancing Israelis. Please! So that Anna can go off. Queen.
Team of clearly intel-connected foreigners who were
Dancing.
arrested after 9/11, as you well know,
Dancing.
Videotaping the terror attacks. This is, I'm almost verbatim quoting from the FBI assessment of this.
About to come.
And the FBI determined that they apparently had
Mossad.
foreknowledge of the attacks.
Say it.
So why can't we know more about that? Exactly. Shut up. That's bigoted. No, this is my country.
So I don't
Oh, he's not going to say dancing?
know if he's referring to
the-
the 5 Israelis
There it
who
is,
a
yes.
witness had seen taking photos, not recording, but taking photos of the World Trade Center as it was being attacked.
Yes.
One of them was holding a lighter up to the World Trade Center prior to the attack. And I don't know if that's what he's referring to, but those...
Like, how did they crack the code on Israel being behind 9/11 and knowing about it? Well, what happened was one of the Mossad agents was holding a lighter up while video recording it in a clearly public area where everybody else could see them, and that's how they exposed the entire plan. Jesus.
Hell yeah, I
5
like
individuals
that. Have a
were
good day,
kept in U.S.
Samantha.
custody for over 2 months. The FBI absolutely did believe that at least 2 of them had connections to Mossad, right, the Israeli intelligence organization. And I read the FBI files on this, and the investigation just like
Doubt it.
abruptly kind of ended after a little over 2
Have a
months.
wonderful
John
night.
Ashcroft specifically, the attorney general at the time, called for them to be released and sent back to Israel. And then a few years after that, he served as a consultant who consulted on behalf of Israel.
I mean, it's absurd. So guys, look, on that one, again, that's the one that people get most touchy about because they assume all sorts of things in your head that aren't in your head. They're like, oh, that must mean that you hate Israel and you hate Jews and you hate this. No, hold on, guys. We're not talking about any of that. We're saying, why did they go to document that event? And that's not my words, that's their words. One of them was on Israeli TV afterwards when he was shipped back to Israel, and they said, why did you go? And he slipped up. I assume he slipped up. He said, we went to document the event, which makes
Hell yeah,
He
Samantha.
slipped up. He slipped up and said, we're going to record the largest terrorist attack ever that's happened in all of your history. Oops.
Why did they go to document that event? And that's not my words, that's their words. Because they assume all sorts of things in your head that aren't in your head. They're like, oh, that must mean that you hate Israel and you hate Jews and you hate this. No, hold on, guys. We're not talking about any of that. We're saying, why did they go to document that event? And that's not my words, that's their words. One of them was on Israeli TV afterwards when he was shipped back to Israel, and they said, why did you go? And he slipped up. I assume he slipped up. He said, we went to document the event, which makes you ask, how did you know there was going to be an event?
Like, how can you be saying shit like this and think you're a serious person? Like this is where we're at right now, really? This is a serious broadcast in our alternative media landscape. This is real right now. Then the guys went on TV and they were like, why'd you go there? Like, we were there to document the terrorist attacks. Like, house moment. They must have known in advance if they went there to record it.
So now you're not supposed to ask that question, otherwise you're going to get called all sorts of names.
And by the way, there could even
Wait, I don't think I've seen this before.
But that was always so funny to me because it's like, what do you think happened, right? Like the CIA was like, okay, plan's ready to go, ready to blow up the World Trade Center. There's only one step left.
The dancing Israeli?
The clues.
Oh, the clue.
Yep. Yeah, it's clue time. It's time to get the clues out there, so we're going to have the Treasury team up with Mad Magazine.
even be a legitimate explanation for that, right? Maybe they happened to be in New York City at the time doing other spy operations. The claim was that, you know, or the FBI.
Maybe there just happened to be some Jews visiting Brooklyn. I guess. Maybe.
There's a lot of Jews in
we're
Brooklyn.
supposed to believe that maybe there are a few Jewish people, I guess, visiting New York City. It's possible.
Also believe that there were Israeli nationals or members or agents of Mossad here in the United States spying on Arabs. Okay, that's the
on Arabs.
On Arabs. Okay,
that's what they say.
Maybe they just happen to be in New York City.
Is that okay, by the way?
I don't think that's okay, especially if our government and our intelligence organizations don't know about it. But okay, putting that aside for a second, maybe they saw that there was an attack and they went to this specific area to take more images and whatever of the World Trade Center. I don't know. I don't know what the explanation is. But the point is,
this is why people should be forced to debate, I think. If you're going to say outlandish shit like this, you should be forced to sit for an hour and a half with somebody else, and you should have to have a back and forth so that the entire world can see how absolutely clueless you are about every single thing you talked about. And then I think it would force some humility, and I think it would force some caution when these people utter statements like this, because they know that they'll have to defend it at some point in the future. But the fact that you can just sit here and diarrhea out this garbage, knowing that you'll never have any pushback whatsoever, and then retreat to the arms of idiots like Tucker Carlson is absolutely insane to me.
These questions
Yeah.
are okay to ask, especially when the moving company that these 5 Israelis were working for ended up being a total front, and the owner of that moving company immediately scrambled to get back to Israel once the 5 individuals had been arrested. And by the way, in the moving truck, they found foreign passports, $4,700 in cash, all sorts of weird, shady things that make you wonder, make you ask these appropriate questions. And remember, the 5 got arrested after a witness. In the moving truck, they found foreign passports, $4,700 in cash.
I don't even understand what so they found cash and passports. Assuming everything she's saying is even true. But okay, so in some travelers in a truck, they found cash and passports? It's 2001. It's not like they were using Apple Tap to pay. I don't even know what
All sorts of weird, shady things that make you wonder, make you ask these appropriate questions. And remember, the 5 got arrested after a witness saw them taking the photos of the World Trade Center and also, in her words, celebrating. They looked happy.
Taking photos of the World Trade? What? Well, I didn't know that they were taking pictures of the World Trade Center too. That changes things. Now we've got Jews in Israel taking pictures of the World Trade Center, and they have cash and passports.
All right, so guys, last thing on this. Again, it doesn't mean that Israel did it, for example. It could be that they knew about it on October 7th, but chose not to say anything.
October 7th?
This is these would be the best gaslighting partners. Oh my God.
It could be that they said something, but we didn't listen to them. Okay, that could also be the case. Right. Remember, there was a famous CIA warning to Bush when he was on his Crawford Ranch, and they said Bin Laden determined to attack inside the United States, and Bush said, "You covered your ass, now go home," and ignored it.
Right.
So there could be legitimate things, but if you have a legitimate answer, telling everybody to shut up and calling them bigots is a weird response, right? And then final thought here. Now, no one disputes that they were Israeli spies and that they were released back to Israel, right?
People do dispute it even till this day. But
I mean, of course, the Israeli government's going to lie about everything. So I don't mean illegitimate, ridiculous things like there is no genocide in Gaza, no one got hurt in Gaza. I mean, you could say absurd things, right? But we know there was Israeli spies. ABC News reported it, Fox News reported it at the time, et cetera. The FBI in its own reports has the Israeli spies, right? And then they send them back to Israel, just like we did with the Bin Laden. Why would you catch spies of?
Wait, it sounds like it was the family of Bin Laden that flew back to Saudi Arabia. Which also, I guess, probably makes sense if that, they're probably going to get harassed or killed in the U.S. if they're still here. But also, these are Arabs, okay? These guys have huge families.
Any nation, let alone after the worst attack against your country ever, and then let them go. Why would you let them go? Assume that Israel. Why would you catch spies of any nation, let alone after the worst attack?
Oh, he's talking about the Israelis
against your country ever, and then let them go. Why would you let them go? Assume that Israel had absolutely nothing to do with it and no foreknowledge, no nothing, because we don't know that. But you did catch these Israeli spies. They did say they were there to document the event. Maybe they said that later. But it is weird. They were taking pictures of it. You thought to question them for 2 months. That's how freaked out you were by it. And then all of a sudden, you don't just go, "Oh, okay, I get it. It was a miscommunication or whatever."
Well, isn't that exactly what would happen if there was nothing? You would investigate for a little bit. You find nothing, they'd be released.
You guys didn't do anything wrong. You then say, even though I know you're a spy for a foreign country and you were spying on us here in America, you're free to go. Why are they free to go? Forget 9/11. We caught spies here. Yeah. Why are they free to go? Why were the Bin Ladens free to go? Why were the Israeli spies free to go? That is not an illegitimate question. It doesn't get any more legitimate than that question. And if you can't answer that, the problem isn't in the person asking the question. The problem is in the person that won't give the answer to the American people.
They were there to document the event, there would be nobody there to take pictures. Yeah, I know. It's just, but again, they never have to give an alternate hypothesis. They just ask 50 million questions over it, and that's it. And they don't even and again, you can tell because they don't even look up the answers. House Democrats released sexually suggested letter to Jeffrey Epstein, purportedly signed by Trump, which he's denied. Voiceover, there must be more to life than having everything.
I forgot
yes,
to
there
rip
is.
before I did.
It is.
Oh, shit.
Since I know what it is. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. We do. Come to think of it. Enigma never age. Oh, enigmas never age. If you thought of that, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday. Something. Be another wonderful secret. Donald J. Trump. The FBI calls him Agent 007. 0 Epstein intel collected, 0 kids saved, 7 children.
I think he's telling the truth.
You think that Trump was an FBI informant?
Yes, I do.
Oh, interesting. Why do you think that?
Number one, that's a super weird thing to make up. You don't just slip up and go, "Oh yeah, John Idaho is a CIA agent." You're like, wait.
Bring her back.
All right, we've already seen that, so we don't need to keep watching, bro. What the fuck? Bong rip, man. You gotta rip the bong. Well, I think Pixie sticks to edibles. I think. Ripping and dipping, dude. That is a classic move of the stoner way. They call me the Rip and Drip. So, my girlfriend, when we first started talking romantical style, because like in Ill of Men, one of the characters kind of has a harem in the beginning. Till next time, peace. Hell yeah, have a good night. Be safe, Samantha, because Ilium, the character that I've written, in the beginning kind of gets lots of bitches, and it almost feels like the boy is kind of in a harem. There's even jokes about it.
This isn't your undercroft
Now,
anymore, kiddo.
you know, so when I first started talking to my girlfriend, she's like, do you want a harem? I'm like, lady, I couldn't do that. I couldn't hang that way, dude. Oh, I see what you're saying. Rip could have been past gas. Yeah, dude. But she was like, so do you want a harem? I was like, nah, not at all, bro. One woman is too much for me, all right? I can't, I ain't got that dog in me, bro.
Waste your time down here in the undercroft.
Dude, harems? Dude, think about how hard that would be. Like, the only way you can rock a harem is if you had, like, the stamina of a god, bro. Yeah, some stamina, bro. It's impossible. Impossible. These things are like weird battleships. It's so wild. Blue Chew, yeah, bro. Got to get through a whole pack of Blue Chew just to make the ladies happy for the night. Bro, just trying to keep one lady happy throughout the day. And like, I'm pretty spoiled. My girlfriend's relatively happy, but... Brother, dude. No, thank you. Like, cause then every girl you date's gonna make you watch their show. Almost married a Moroccan. Well, 2 different Moroccans, long story, but they can have up to 4 or 5 wives. Or are you good at scheduling? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, dude. I would have to watch all of the shows, and then I would feel like I have no person like left. You know what I mean? And look, I'm trying to show my girlfriend like shows I like too, because she's showing me stuff. I could not watch Arcane 9 more times. I can't do it. I can't do it, dude. It's impossible. Whoa, since when does he turn into... Oh, never mind, he doesn't turn into a smoke cloud, that's just my ephemera. I'm losing my mind! But they said they would not be doing that, so yeah, that was cool. Bro, I don't... Dude, the whole, like, desire to have multiple partners... Like, dude, and, like, the crazy thing is, I'm actually okay with open relationships. Well, that's just because, like... You know, I want my girl taken care of, and if I can't take care of her, find somebody that can, homie. You know what I mean? Shit. I'd rather her be satisfied than leave my ass, you know what I'm saying? But apparently you're not supposed to have those kind of opinions, and you have to like stick to like modern traditional values, and that's not me, man. Animal Flow is at the end of the first episode of Girlfriend. Get slash procced, asshole. I'm a little fart cloud, short and stout. Here is my woe. Tightening her grasp? Like grip it and rip it, dog. Oh, fuck. I have a slosh crack on me. Thank you. I heard that. Dude, if she's gripping and ripping it, dude. Don't you fucking shoot that laser at me, bitch. That's right. That's what I thought. Huh.
Oh, you may safely resume your throne, Your Majesty.
Hell yeah. Give the little child emperor his throne back. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Oh, Jesus. 40 temporal dust. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Oh, goddamn, bro. That stretch felt amazing. Oh, I didn't get an energy drink this morning. Oh, and I went to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning because I was going through that cycle of like self-hate in my head, and I couldn't sleep. Then I took a melatonin, I took magnesium, and I took 3 bong rips, and I still would not pass out, bro. That shit was booty. Like, what the fuck? All right, dude. Let's go see if we can, what we can build. Yeah. I couldn't sleep to save my fucking life, dog. This shit was trash. Oh. Let's come over here. Oh, dude, I know what I'm going to do for an OnlyFans, by the way. I'm going to do erotic book readings, okay? And then I'm going to do porn reactions. Yeah, dude. Can you imagine that? Just clicking on a video on Patreon and be like, This video speaks to me because the way she licks the bottom of his dong. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. There's no way. There's no way. I couldn't fall asleep last night either. Yeah, dude. It was booty. It was booty. Porn reaction video? You're gonna corner the market, dude. Yeah.
Operator, the system needs you. Will you begin another?
When you can't sleep and you see me in the Discord voice chat, you should come in. Hell yeah, bro. Maybe we take a... Oh yeah, okay, so we haven't seen this yet. I have not seen this. Alright, so... Fucking losing it, man! I'm like, my brains are falling out of my head. Alright, so let's, I go in there from time to time. I just sit there if anyone's willing to come in. Pixie, I don't even know where our conversations would go. I just walk in and be like, how high are you? Bro, I'm that high too. Then comes the big bucks with the sponsorship from Pornhub. Exactly, dude. Bro, that shit would be gangster. Could you imagine doing like dramatic readings of porn? You know what? You know what, dude? I should do that. Hold on. Because I've written some dirty shit. I should see if I can just do like one paragraph, you know what I'm saying? Of some dramatized fucking shit. I'm in. There's no way, dude. There's no way. We're just gonna read a paragraph of it and see how it goes, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is by the way, disgusting. What am I doing with my life? I thought that was taken down. What? No? Oh no. Ill of Desire is still here, bro. We don't talk about this. We're just gonna do this first paragraph because there's not it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, dude. You just gotta go in and you gotta get some erotica, dude. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, dude. Let's do this. This is gonna be my OnlyFans, my OnlyFans tryout, okay? My OnlyFans tryout. I need to get some like erotica music. Yeah, dude. Erotica music, bro. Yeah. Yeah. No Pornhub? No. Wait. Oh, I didn't spell erotica correctly at all. I still didn't spell correctly. There we go, dude. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, dude. Yeah. See if we can set the mood, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be my OnlyFans. You guys are getting a tryout. What video is gonna go viral like higher end? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Brown chicken brown. All right. Dude, I can't do it. Mainly because it's also not very sexy, bro. Like, why did I start this off so rancid? The sun, a scabbard and blistered god, claws its way across Morrow's way. Its light no benediction, but a rusted blade slashing through filth, slick veins of Elsinore. Beneath its spiteful heat, the city steams. Piss, blood, and rotted fish seep into the air, into a fetid perfume. Tiss's miasma rides the haze, an ancient carnal fog, thick with the size of beast long buried in desires never named. It slips through the alleys into the lungs, into the loins, into the marrow. Brother! Telling you, dude. That's gonna be my OnlyFans right there. And then we're gonna have to watch the gangbang reactions, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna be that's my future. Yeah, I can't actually read this on stream, bro. This will get me in trouble. Yeah, dude. She snarls, dragging me up, shoving me down again, straddling me now with hunger I've never seen in her eyes. Now you gotta say it like she straddles me. It's fucking trash, bro. Bro, no, it's not good. You can't do it. You can't do it, Will. I could never run an OnlyFans, bro. That shit would be trash. Trash, I say. Dare I say? Anyway, let's get this trash out and get back to what we were doing. Gonna have to cut that out of this video that I'm gonna be working on. Could you imagine Destiny reacting to that? See me watch his video and then just do the feet thingy? I could never, bro. My feet are gnarly, bro. You know what? I'm gonna leave it in. Screen recording, dude. Oh, and then turn this back on. Boom. Move this over again. Whoa, at least so I can see the chat.
Strict. Representative Green, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on tonight.
No problem. I understand you have big news for us. There is something you were.
All right, so the whole reason why they're chumming it up with Marjorie Kraler, she looks like she's made by AI, by the way. Like, this woman is a monster. The only reason why they like her right now is because she's against Israel. But these guys are willing to side with MAGA influencers and MAGA senators as long as they toe the line that they want. It's the reason why Harris lost this election is because of people like all three of these motherfuckers.
Considering introducing tomorrow? What is that?
Well, actually, I've already introduced them. This week here in Congress, we're doing the National Defense Authorization Act, which is our annual funding.
Oh my God, are they going to take away funding from Israel? Yes, come on, let's go.
For our military. And our military budget should be very focused on our country, on our military, and strictly for defense purposes. However, once again, there is funding for foreign countries, foreign causes, foreign aid, and foreign defense of foreign nations. And so I've introduced multiple amendments to strip that funding out. Specifically to defund $600 million for Ukraine. So I've got one amendment to do that. And then I have a second amendment to take out any funding because I found out that one of my colleagues is trying to add more money in for Ukraine. I have two amendments that strip funding from Israel. This would be $500.
I'm seriously thinking about butthole kisses that people pay for lipstick on the booty hole and then sit on a piece of paper and mail it out. Hell yeah, dude. Butthole kisses would be the way to go.
million. Israel already receives $3.8 billion annually from the United States government. I'm a big believer in defunding all foreign aid and all foreign funding for all foreign countries. So I've introduced two amendments. One to get the $500 million out of the NDAA. The $3.8 billion goes in the state and foreign ops appropriations bill, so that's separately. And I had done amendments for that. And then I have another amendment that takes out another $105 million.
I don't do feet. Yeah, I get that. I get that in my soul, dude. I get it. I get it, beautiful, I say. What's that song I was making? Oh, when the rubber hit the road, I'm gonna do what I'm told. Yeah. Sorry.
This one is $55 million for Israel's counter-drone program and another $70 million for anti-tunnel cooperation. So it's just important. We're $37 trillion in debt. We shouldn't be funding foreign countries, basically because America's broke, and we really need to get focused on our own country and our own people's problems.
Our own country and our own people. That sounds like a job for a Department of Defense, not a Department of War. Destiny, to be fair, this is a different show with different interviewer. Emma isn't Crystal Ball. Well, no, I'm just saying that these are like, look at how our leftists, quote unquote, treat our senators who are supposed to be on our side fighting valiantly in purple states versus look at how the left treats people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. It is crazy. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be a very contentious interview. Who knows? Maybe they'll push her on some things.
Okay, so I want to take it one by one. I want to get clarity on all this, and then we'll get into the content and substance of it. So first off, the $500 million that you introduced an amendment to take out of the NDAA, is that the one that recently passed overwhelmingly in the House?
Yes, that's the one that overwhelmingly passed. It was before Congress went on recess, and only 6 members of Congress voted for it. Yes.
And so that they claim is for defensive purposes, whatever that means. And about 60 million of billion of it or so, million of it goes to around 66 maybe to Iron Dome, and the rest is.
Did you say Emma? Somebody else said Emma, but it was Crystal Ball interviewing on Breaking Points.
For I don't know if you know, big defensive purposes.
Well, just to clarify for your listeners, the U.S. already provides nuclear-armed Israel with $3.8 billion annually in foreign aid. In 2024, in the Security Supplemental, we gave $8.7 billion to Israel. During the recent 12-day war with Iran in June, the U.S. used 15 to 20% of our terminal high-altitude area defense missile stockpile defending Israel. That cost the United States somewhere over $800 million. Wow. The $500 million that I'm introducing an amendment to take out is authorized in the NDAA for this program that funds Israel's missile defense systems, Iron Dome, David Sling, and the Arrow system. But it's important to note that since 2006, we've spent over $15 billion supporting these Israeli missile defense systems. Here's what is something important to.
That's a horrible comparison, but your brain broke when it comes to anything the Young Turks. Excuse me, do the Young Turks not still market themselves as like leftist progressives? I would say they're considerably worse than Crystal Ball and Kyle Kalinske. But supposedly, I think these guys kind of say they're on the same team. No, am I wrong there? Do the Young Turks not call themselves leftists or leftist populists anymore?
To understand, while we're 37 trillion in debt, Israel is less than 400 billion in debt. And they're doing so well with their economy. They're able to provide state-funded healthcare for Israeli citizens. They're able to provide state-funded college. My argument is it's not anti-Semitic to say that America should keep our money and invest our own hard-earned tax dollars in our own interests, especially for a country like Israel that is nuclear armed and that is doing so well economically. They're able to provide state-funded healthcare and college. I don't think that's a country that needs our.
Because that's definitely things that Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to offer in the United States, for sure.
Especially how they've shown the entire world that they're very capable of annihilating and wiping out their enemies. So that's really my argument there with Israel.
Right.
And primarily my argument is we've got so many problems here at home. I really want to see the United States Congress focus on the American people.
So one more quick one clarification. And the second amendment is to take out the entire $3.8 billion in funding.
Well, the $3.8 billion is not in the NDAA. That's in a separate appropriations bill, so I wasn't able to do that one here.
Right.
Oh, so you couldn't do that here. So the two amendments are for the $500 million and the $125 million.
And just to be clear, the $3.8 billion that we provide Israel every single year is part of legislation that passed under the Obama administration, a 10-year program, which is set to expire in 2026. So that fight is coming up because I'm sure Israel is going to expect our Congress to re-up and potentially increase the amount of money they can expect from American taxpayers on a yearly basis. So, I think what you're doing here is so important, Congresswoman Greene. So please, thank you, because I know that you now have a target on your back, and I'm sure you're being called all sorts of ridiculous names because you want to, prioritize the American people and, do something about our debt. What's really interesting, though, is when it comes to the military aid that's provided to Ukraine, President Donald Trump has very subtly, but I actually think this is a smart idea, has very subtly kind of started to shift the financial burden a little more over to Europe. So the American taxpayer isn't as responsible for essentially helping Ukraine in their defense. In the case of Israel.
I'm not gonna lie, dude, that panty vending machine, that shit might be pretty fucking gangster, I'm just saying. Like, holy shit, dude. You could buy panties that have fucking stains in them now. That's so wild, bro. Like, I want one with a shit stain. And you're like, what the fuck? I want one with pee stains. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong? Japan is wild, dude. I don't get it. Yeah, dude. That shit's wild, dude. I do not get that shit at all, man. Like, don't get me wrong, panties can be cute, but like, I don't want to sleep with a pair of panties, dude. And I don't, like, what do they, like, I think they put them on their pillows or something. I think that's what it is, because they got body pillows in Japan. That's so wild, dude. This is what happens when, you know, motherfuckers ain't getting pussy, bro. It's crazy. That's the real question, dude. Exactly, dude. It was right. Oh, well, yeah, but you know what, dude? They sell, like, fake piss and shit, dude. You can just fake that shit. I would imagine a bunch of the girls that actually do that shit aren't actually, like, rubbing panties in their buttholes and stuff, dude. I bet you they're just... It's manufactured artificial shit, and guys just don't know the difference. Like, I think it's so crazy to me that you'll see people in the red pill movement bitch and complain about OnlyFans girls when they're like the ones that are primarily buying OnlyFans content. Or they're always trying to hook up with OnlyFans women. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? How are you gonna sit here and complain about these these women making their bag, and you're over here, like, literally supporting them while also then going on the internet to bitch about them? Like, dude, I'm jealous of these ladies, dude. If I was a beautiful girl, I would be one, I wouldn't be a beautiful girl because, like, bro, I would be playing video games still. And none of it makes any kind of fucking sense. Can't make sense of it. Exactly. It's such a bummer, too. Because, like, these women provide valuable resources to the world, bro. Think about all the lonely, desperate loser guys out there who would have never seen a pair of titties if not for OnlyFans, you know? And more importantly, OnlyFans is a really powerful tool that takes women from having to work for, like, sleazy porn studios that are taking advantage of them and gives them actual fucking agency with their body and how they want to make money if they want to make money that way. Women don't have to get an OnlyFans account to make money, but bro, it's with, like, they can choose to do that. That's fine. That's all right. Men can choose to spend their money on it, like dipshits. When Pornhub is free, dude, it's crazy. Hell, Twitter has more porn on it than Pornhub these days. Holy Jesus. Some of these dudes are dangerous stalkers also. Facts, man. Like, the harassment that some of these girls put up with is insane. And the fact that you could see someone who is an OnlyFans model being treated like shit on the internet because, what, she takes spicy photos? Like, what the fuck, dude? It doesn't make any actual sense to me. Like, anytime a woman wants to put titties on the internet, that woman deserves a fucking parade, dude, because titties are power. Titties are awesome. I don't know a single person in the world that sees a pair of titties and goes, that ruined my day. Women like titties. Gay guys like titties. Bro. Yeah, gamer girls do get it really bad, bro. That's why initially I was, like, really responsive to, like, Anita Sarkeesian's idea of helping fighting tropes in video gaming. And then what she came out with was dog shit. Like, women get it rough, dude. I remember I was dating a girl at the time that was, like, really good at fucking Call of Duty Black Ops. And bro, this girl would get fucking unsolicited nudes constantly. Every lobby she'd get in, everyone would be just like, show us your tits, you fucking whore. And like, dude, Just saying some unhinged shit to a poor girl playing video games. I try not to defend that lady because she was a shitty person, but that's not the important part of what we're talking about. What's up, bitch? I remember that's when I got out of Gamergate, dude. Because I was in Gamergate, I was pro Gamergate and all that shit about the corruption within the gaming sphere and with reviews and stuff. And then they started making video games where you could beat the living fuck out of Anita Sarkeesian, and I was like, yeah, I'm out of here, guys. That's not good. I don't think we should be trying to beat on women. That's not my style. And like, women are, dude, I know so, like, bro, there's a girl, her name is Kiana Vi, and she is way better. She's a trans woman, right? She is way better at League of Legends than I am, dude. I think this bitch hit like Grandmasters, bro. Like, what the fuck? And then you had Ramilia. God, she was a beautiful soul, dude. Unfortunately, due to harassment and the constant hate from, people for not accepting her for her identity, unfortunately, I think she took her own life, which was really sad.
And see what grins back at you.
But then you also have a lot of these other female, like Pokimane. For as much as I do not like Pokimane, even though she is a total smoke show, like, I think she got to Diamond. I was in a chat the other day with a chick and got an unsolicited dick pic. Everyone was telling her stuff to say back to it. I showed it to my mom and asked if it were anyone in our family. I like the Boat Sisters chess content. Okay.
Thrax hid those books away out of fear, Mathila. I wouldn't mess with them. Dying all alone. Did you know that? Dying from the poison I sucked down to kill the tech rot in my lungs. Until it held out my own severed hand to me.
Damn, lady, no one gives a shit. Oh, yeah, dude. Like I said, women have it rough, dude. There's nothing wrong with calling out, like, the bad shit that women go through. I don't know why these men's rights guys and these minimists and all this shit are so hell-bent on, like, just attacking women.
Though what's really interesting is on top of that $3.8 billion that they receive every single year, you have presidents, and Biden certainly did this literally over 100 times during his administration. He just went, like, he bypassed Congress altogether to provide Israel with tens of billions of dollars in additional military support and military funding. And Trump has done similar things during the short stint he's had in his second term. And I want to kind of understand, what have you as...
It's Biden and Trump.
Both sides do it. What are you talking about?
No, he doesn't feel like he believes it there. Oh, I said this before for this one. I think I need a different one.
Both sides do it. What are you talking about?
Because it sounds like he's saying that both sides are different in this one. That's what the tone of voice leads me to believe.
The Congresswoman experienced, kind of like behind the scenes, like what is it about Israel in particular that gets our lawmakers to just be unwavering in their support and their willingness to shell out endless amounts of money to that country?
Yeah, what's going on there?
These people have a mental disorder.
That's what's going on.
I think that's a great question, and it's really difficult to understand. So I don't go on the AIPAC trips. I've never been on them. I don't receive their funding, and I have a sign on my office door, literally, that reminds people, if you're coming in my office, it reminds them if you're coming in for a foreign country, you've got to be registered under FARA, and I think that's extremely important. I don't understand.
More of this, the propaganda talking points. AIPAC doesn't receive money from Israel, or if it does, that's never been proven. There's never been a proven link or connection there, but they just like to say that over and over again. Nice.
Understand it, Anna, because I serve in the United States House of Representatives, and I believe my job title as a representative is for my district, which is the American people, and as a whole, the body of Congress, we represent.
That's your district? All of the United States? When did we do that redistricting?
Represent the American people in our country, in our government, in our causes, and we're supposed to work towards solving our problems. However, there is no country all over the world that gets the attention, the funding, the dedication, the amount of votes.
Wait, Pixie, are you offering to show me your dick? Homie! I ain't an adult! Bro, I like hitting all these things, man. Getting all this dust and shit. I don't know what it does, but I don't have a lot of it. Oh, there's even more items over there. The other suggestion to the chick for a oh, that's even better. Okay, cool. But she should show him his dick. Like, that's what a woman should do every time they receive an unsolicited dick pic. They should always just go scour the internet and grab an actual dick pic of someone else, and then just resend that, or like an ex-boyfriend's dick or something. You know what I mean? Like, just give it what, like, give them what they're giving you. Yeah, dude. They could just keep an unsolicited dick pic folder, and then, like, every time they get one, send another unsolicited dick pic.
The end is inevitable.
I'm not sure I want to be with a girl. I mean, at the end of the day, a finger is a finger, right? Like... I don't know. I feel bad for my girlfriend, bro. Actually, one of the chicks in the chat said she did that. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I would do. I would start in an unsolicited dick pic folder, dude. I just like titties. They're not exactly, dude. I would start an unsolicited dick pic folder, and then I would get all of the information from those guys, and I would get them to say really wild shit. And then I would send it to, like, their moms and shit. Like, this is the boy you raised. Because women have all the power in this situation, bro. Like, men think they have power and all this shit, but they don't. Like, a man will fucking do dumb shit when he has the idea in his head that he could get a chick. Like, women could so fuck these dudes over in such a good way. Could you imagine? YouTube won't let you say titties? That's wild.
I do enjoy watching you dance so frantically.
Of course you do. You're a pervert, dude. You're perverted. Fuck, I'm out of juice. I used to send junk mail back to... Dude, my favorite one to do is, like, have you ever worked at a company? Have you ever worked at a company that, like, sends out automated emails and it says, do not respond to this email? Brother! I respond every time, bro. Because eventually it starts gumming up the shit because I'm petty. I'm petty as fuck too, dog. Could you imagine the moms getting dick pics of their grown kids? Wow, no thanks. Yeah, that would be bad, dude. But like, shit, how do, like, they gotta be punished somehow. And dude, a mom can punish her kid. A mom can punish her kid long after. You know what I mean? Because remember, these are only unsolicited dick pics. That's like, dude, essentially a form of assault, dude. I'm sorry, dude. If your boys are out there assaulting people, what did you do wrong? Like, not you per se, but like in general, like if someone, I don't know, dude. Because I would say like an unsolicited dick pic is akin to like straight up sexual convos will occur at Thanksgiving dinner. Exactly, dude. I'm sorry, dude. There are 3 women in my life I don't want to piss off, alright? My girlfriend, my mom, and I don't have a third, actually, now that I think about it. I was just saying my grandma, but she passed away a while ago. Yeah, dude. What's up, dude? You a bitch? That dude is lasering! Yeah, dude, that would be hilarious. Could you imagine that dude coming up at a fucking Thanksgiving dinner table? Oh, I got a strange text message from some lady. Yeah. How dare you throw rocks at me, son? By the way, have you guys seen this dude's ass, bro? Like, why does his skin, dude? He's caked up. Tightening her grasp! You a bitch! Yes, dude, I got her chassis now. Yes! Oh! Yeah, dude, what the fuck? I'm telling you guys, dude. I gotta finish this chapter of Illimin. I might even start kind of working on that, because this video ain't going nowhere, bro! Oh! Like, my girlfriend read it, and she was supposed to give me feedback on it, and she never did. Actually, she did. She said she didn't like the last paragraph, and that was about it. But look at that, dude. Look at that. I just lied to you people. Alright. Alright, let's go see, one of these components that I have. Warframe. Okay, would it be under miscellaneous then? No. What the fuck? Why would you, why did this quote just come in my headspace? Monty Python, something like your father, something, something, and your mother smiles on elderberries, something like that, but still no clue. Yo, I don't, dude, you can ask Kia, like, just randomly out of nowhere, like, the weirdest quotes from movies and songs just pop into my head. And then I know she's sitting there like, what? Oh, smells? I always feel bad, too, because then it'd be stuck in my head all night. Like, yeah, me too. Hey, just too much pirate talk in the last paragraph. Write and release the chapter. Alright, challenge accepted. What a health check. Why don't you fuck off? Don't tell me how to live my life, my motherfucker. Hold on. Alright, let's do this. Fuck, I want to get back to that porn music. That shit was kind of gangster, dude. No. That shit was kind of gangster, bro. It was kind of on point, dude. Alright. Ooh, look at that. People are watching the Jesse video. Cool, 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 cool. Coolio, 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 coolio. Wait, what am I doing here? I need to come over here. Oh, and then remove this one. I didn't get that in my chat, and I set to all. Shaking my head, yay. Theo Vaughn finally turns on Trumps and burns the bridge. Hell yeah! Though, oh, wait, this guy is supposed to be the replacement to Charlie Kirk. Fuck! Alright, instead of watching that, working on that last chapter, I'll do that after this. So this guy is supposed to be, my chat got stuck. This guy is supposed to be the new upcoming dude for TTP. They'll replace Charlie Kirk and all this shit. And apparently he's going to go up against Adam Mockler from, what network is that? The Midas Touch. I have a hard time with Adam because the way he gets hung up on words, but he's a pretty smart kid, so, I mean, he'd blow me out in a debate, so we'll see what we got. What are we working with here?
To you right here, right now, stay in line. We have gotten a third room as we have sold out this campus stop 3 times, but we are coming to you. We will fit you in.
Hey guys. I don't know if I've ever assumed this position in my life. Hey guys, we're coming to see you. Why would you? Never mind. Bro, did you rip Adam's entire video and re-upload it as a Reddit video? Why would you do this? What the f?
I want to respond to something Brylan said really quickly because I was at Trump's Madison Square Garden rally. I go to these rallies and I have very respectful conversations.
I think he turned 23 today. Yeah, Adam Mockler's a good dude. I like this guy. I just look. I know that I mess up a lot of words, so this is gonna sound. I know they're gonna sound really bad. Okay, but like, I have a hard time watching content creators when they don't like. I'll point it out when I see it. He looked younger in the other video. Well, no, this is a different guy. This is the guy that's supposed to go up against Adam. What's his name?
Conversations with Trump's biggest supporters.
Do you think if you let it load, do you think the Reddit videos ever actually load? I'm gonna get a Red Bull. Hold on.
One eternity later.
What's actually coming across to you guys?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. First of all, I like your suit. I wasn't talking about you in particular. But also, I want to respond to something Brylan said really quickly because I was at Trump's Madison Square Garden rally. I go to these rallies and I have very respectful conversations with Trump's biggest supporters. And there is one common theme among all of them, and it's that none of them can name a single economic policy from Trump. So when it comes to VP Harris, she has a housing plan for people like Brylan and I, first-time home buyers, so we get a tax incentive. When it comes to the child...
True! See, these are the politics I miss when people would talk about policies instead of what is a woman, how big is your dick. Like, that's all you get. Like, Republicans at some point are gonna start walking around pantsing every woman they see just to make sure they don't have a penis. That's true.
Tax credit, a $6,000 child tax credit, not a giveaway, but an incentive for people to build families. Also,
right, which is also like part of like their whole thing, right? Like Republicans want a stronger family unit. They want to further increase more people to have kids. So by giving them like a $6,000 tax credit, you know, like under Biden's administration, I think he did a little less than that, and it ended child poverty by like 50%, dude. Like that's fucking wild. And like Republicans don't care.
An incentive for small businesses to start up with a tax deduction. And I don't know if this is loud, but I'd like to pose the question to Brylan. Can you name a single economic policy that Trump has for Gen Z? Just a single policy.
Well, first, let me say to that, why hasn't she done it? Why is she not encouraged?
She's not the president.
Let's load up the next line from the script. Well, why didn't she do it when she was the vice president?
The president, yeah, well, she has lunch with the president at least once a week, hopefully more than once a week, and she could be encouraging these policies. She hasn't done that.
She's not Biden.
She's been on an economic task force at the White House. We've seen none of this.
Oh, this
she hasn't
must be
offered
old.
to fix the broken economy that her administration has put in place. But for the second thing on that, the policy that you're evading, that was her very first economic rollout, is this thing of price caps and price gouging when it comes to what we've seen at the gas stations. The last time that was implemented was by Jimmy Carter, who is arguably one of the most failed presidents in history in his time in office. When he did that, we saw long lines at the gas pumps. Our parents and grandparents' generation remembers that. These policies that she's trying to put in place have been tried and have been failed. She clearly didn't, she slept through.
He asked you know what? Let you speak, dude.
History class, because what she's trying to put in place isn't working again. So you're kind of cherry picking policies that she's put out there as a response to failed policies.
Yeah, okay. Why are you talking about the failed policies of Kamala Harris? When the question is, what is a single Trump policy that's going to help Gen Z? A single Trump policy. And your deflection is to attack the policy. Even if Kamala Harris's policies are bad, a bad policy is still more policy than zero. So what about Trump? What you got?
But my response quickly is just, why hasn't she tried to run all those policies when she ran as a presidential candidate in 2020 or when she was elected vice president that same year? It's pretty disappointing to see that.
Wow, really quickly, I want to ask you one more time. Can you name a single policy? Can you name one single policy? Because you completely didn't answer my question. Is it the tariffs?
Yes! Whenever someone dodges like this in any debate format, be like, I'm sorry, excuse me, you didn't answer my fucking question. So I'm not going to answer yours until you answer mine. We'll be stuck here until you answer my question. If you cannot answer my question, you can cede the debate now. And we'll just say that I won. Get the fuck out of here. What are you... Like, this is such bad faith shit. Like, what happened to our media? Like this shit used to be called out. Like, what's the point of having moderators if they don't fucking hold you to your feet to the fire over these particular topics? What? Oh, this is on Newsmax. Oh, okay. So they're on this guy's side. Okay, never mind.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
But also, President Trump has loved to put a small business administration together. He put that together for the first time, and he's made a very clear point that he's going to do that in his second administration.
Well,
because he's a businessman.
He's only referred to tariffs on Chinese exports, and by the way, price gouging laws exist in many states across the country.
Maybe you know what? I'm going to open up a
Oh wait, and this was prior to the election? This video's like a year old almost?
TikTok account and so forth. I'm going to follow you. I want you to follow me back. I'll give you all the information you need. And you know what? I'll give you a preview right now. No tax on tips. No tax on overtime.
So why didn't he say any of that? Why are you saying that for him?
And for your mama and your daddy, your grandparents, no tax on Social Security. So that's actually when you look at it, President Trump is like Oprah. He's giving something to everyone, including you.
Why didn't he do that his first 4 years, though? Why didn't he already do that? I can put the same question
because
back to
he was actually creating a foundation.
In 2018, the largest tax.
What's up, America? Brian Hollyhand here, about 30,000 feet up. We are on the way to Arkansas. So everybody in line at the University of Arkansas to kick off my 10-stop campus tour. We are coming to you right here, right now.
How much money do you have, motherfucker? You look like the dweebiest dork ever.
Stay in line. We have gotten a third room as we have sold out this campus stop 3 times. But we are coming to you. We will fit you in. Students will get priority, but we will make it happen. I cannot be more excited. We are back. We are on the road. We're coming to you one conversation at a time. If you're not at the University of Arkansas, we're coming to a campus near you soon. So check out my tour dates. We'll see you super soon.
Hey guys. What up?
God damn it.
I don't know if I've ever assumed this position in my life. Hey guys. We're coming to see you. Oh, I feel like I just got like 10% gay. I don't want to make homophobic jokes. Stop. Okay. All right, I'm done. That's all I have for today. Sorry, I can't say politics. Get me the fuck out. Get me out! I need to find Gustav. Okay, I need to bring him back. Why would you?
All right, when y'all score, I want to see the gritty. Yeah, I want to see the gritty.
The best thing about the iPhone Air is actually how much it seems to have freed Apple up to make the Pro phones even more pro.
Nah, dude. Oh, this guy.
Wow.
No, thank you. Like, why do they do that? Dude, just make the fucking clip. Like, you fucking bitches. They're just going for fucking runtime, bro. Assholes. Alright. We're gonna get into one music rack before we get off of here. So let's see what I can knock out. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see here. What was I thinking of doing? You know what, dude? We're gonna do this. We're gonna fuck around. Independent artist. Let's just take a look. What's hyping up right now? Though I don't know if I actually want to do what's hyping up. I can't. I want to watch this song. I love this song. But I can't, bro. I can't. Did Little Dicky? Yeah, Little Dicky sold out, bro. Look at that, dude. Ren is on like the 3rd page. That's what I'm talking about. I know you can't even watch like Joyner Lucas anymore. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just do another What Up Boys raps. Like, I want to do another Electric Callboy, but my problem with it is those videos still haven't been cleared up for copyright. And one of them is completely ineligible. I don't even know if I'm going to get any money from it. I mean, which is fine. I only make like 30 cents a video, but... You know what, dude? Is this a nice, happy song? No, it's a visualizer. Does he not have, like, fucking full-blown music videos, or are they all just visualizers? Kick in the door? Who lied? Also, Cryptic Wisdom is someone I should be adding up into this shit. I love Cryptic Wisdom, bro. Alright. Look at my guy, dude. This dude looks like a gangster, bro. Alright. Let's see what we're about to get into. Norman Son. Pressure Bust Pipes. Pressure Bust Pipes, okay.
Pressure bust pipes, flow mean, but I'm still too nice. I popped up like a thief in the night.
Pressure bust pipes, flow mean, too mean, but still nice. Okay, okay.
Flow mean, but I'm still too nice. I popped up like a thief in the night. With deep cuts like a 12-foot knife. You think you cold? Sorry, I'm dry ice. You think you good cause you got a couple likes. You think you bad cause you got a couple strikes. Must have forgot I set the bar so high. To reach my level, you can't be afraid of heights.
Yo, that's a bar right there, dude. Because he literally said the bar. Wait, hold on. It was a double, actually.
I set the bar so high.
The bar so high, to reach my level, you can't be afraid of heights. Like he raised the bar. That's kind of fucking gangster, bro. Hell yeah.
You think you bad cause you got a couple strikes. Must have forgot I set the bar so high. To reach my level, you can't be afraid of heights. I got high off a check, climbed up the social media ladder and broke my neck. When I fell off, I tried to come back and gain my respect. Fame took me for a ride and I ain't got off yet. I tried to detox like cutting tree. I don't smoke, but I had to weed.
Yo, this is a vibe, dude.
Media ladder and broke my neck. When I fell off, I tried to come back and gain my respect. Fame took me for a ride and I ain't got off yet. I tried to detox like cutting tree. I don't smoke, but I had to weed out the weakness and get back on board like a rebound.
That's cool, bro. Like, so essentially he blew up on social media. He's telling the story that he said he broke his neck, but that might have just been a metaphor. This motherfucker might have actually broke his neck, bro. Who knows? Now that I've been listening to Ren, like, I'm like, yo, wait, rappers aren't lying anymore about their shit? That's wild. But, you know, he could have fell off, something bad could have happened, he could have got, you know, whatever. And then he says, but I'm not done with it, bro. I'm still here. I'm gonna be doing my shit. That's gangster, bro.
And broke my neck. When I fell off, I tried to come back and gain my respect. Fame took me for a ride and I ain't got off yet. I tried to detox like cutting tree. I don't smoke, but I had to weed out the weakness and get back on board like a rebound. Oh, here we go. Now let's set this.
That was clean though, too.
Out the weakness and get back on board like a rebound. Oh, here we go. Now let's set this thing in motion. When I get on the track, I cause serious commotion. The dopeness will leave your nose broken like Contra. You know, I stay coasting and just like postage, I stay posted. Southwest legend in the making. No shortcuts on the journey that I'm taking. Had to clean up all the barriers I'm breaking. I'm working like a layman, bringing thunder like I'm raiding. It started with a cake and we out here still baking. Cause pressure bust pipe, yeah. Flow mean, but I'm still too nice.
Yeah.
I popped up like like a thief in the night, with deep cuts like a 12-foot knife. You think you cold? Sorry, I'm dry ice. You think you good?
You think I'm cold? Sorry, I'm dry ice? Damn, bro.
Cause you got a couple likes. You think you bad cause you got a couple strikes. Must have forgot I set the bar so high. To reach my level, you can't be afraid of heights. It's crazy how these fallible men speak like they factual. I'm out here on a board slide, fakey Ollie manual. I know the in and outs like I memorized the manual. My style wild like thornberries, boy, I'm an animal. I hit you with a random flow like a trap dough. I gave them a little dope, now they all want more. Oh, I heard.
He does such unique moves while he's rapping too. Like that's one of the things that kind of sucks about YouTube or music videos. Is like when you go and watch a couple people do Tom McDonald has 3 moves and he does them repeatedly in every song. Mostly everyone just be doing like the same, like oh, you know what I mean? Like, and they just cut it, crop it, cut it, like flip the camera a little bit, then redo the same thing over and over again. And like you really notice it a lot more like on like smaller rappers and shit, and like people that don't have like a whole crew and maybe like a full-blown director and shit. But like my boy here, he's not repeating a lot of nothing, dude. He's like mixing in like dance moves and shit with it. Like what the fuck?
Here on a board slide, fakey Ollie manual. I know the in and outs like I memorized the manual. My style wild like thornberries, boy, I'm an animal. I hit you with a random flow like a trap dough. I gave them a little dope, now they all want more. Oh, I heard hip hop was poison, I'm the antidote. That ain't just no anecdote, cut it like a cantaloupe. When I start releasing, I'll make rappers go in panic mode. They been sleeping on me like melatonin and trazodone. Wake up.
Melatonin and trazodone. This is gangster, bro.
Cut it like a cantaloupe. When I start releasing, I'll make rappers go in panic mode. They been sleeping on me like melatonin and trazodone. Wake up, answer the phone. Big Daddy's home. They all got ball style, so I leave them alone. Oh, my light never dim. Yeah, I'm really him. Got drip like I swim. My flow so sick. Got you coughing up phlegm. Your chance at a win more slim than a gym. Cause pressure bust pipes.
More slim than a gym. Like, come on, bro. That's a double, bro. That's a double, bro. Motherfucker's gangster. This is gangster. All right.
Like a cantaloupe. When I start releasing, I'll make rappers go in panic mode. They been sleeping on me like melatonin and trazodone. Wake up, answer the phone. Big Daddy's home. They all got ball style, so I leave them alone. Oh, my light never dim. Yeah, I'm really him. Got drip like I swim. My flow so sick. Got you coughing up phlegm. Your chance at a win more slim than a gym. Cause pressure bust pipes. Flow mean, but I'm still too nice. I popped up like a thief in the night, with deep cuts like a 12-foot knife. So many bars got the song serving life, but I don't wanna be a stereotype. Is it art if you only do it for likes? Is it worth it if your soul is the price?
Is it art if you only do it for likes? God damn, bro. Oh. There's a white van outside, and I did a bong rip a couple hours ago, or an hour ago, so like, wait, no, 2 hours ago, because I did it right before stream. Is that like, I swear to God, I've seen this episode of that 70s show, bro. Oh yeah, it's FedEx, bro. He's walking up, bro. The fucking Russians are here, dude.
So many bars got the song serving life, but I don't want to be a stereotype. Is it art if you only do it for likes? Is it worth it if your soul is the price? Is my attention only the span of a swipe?
Woo! It's the D&D lawyers. Where the fucking UMG, bro? They heard I was doing another music react, bro. The Disney lawyers did. Actually, let's go see if Jimmy Kimmel's video is still stricken from the... Oh my God, yeah, dude. Jimmy Kimmel is still 24 days until, if they don't respond in 24 days, this video can go live. Yeah, dude, no, that shit was gangster, bro. Alright, dude. We're gonna get some more Mr. Sand up in our life. God, dude, I would love to listen to some of Joji's music on stream, dude. Like, I love Joji, but like, I doubt oh, that Justin Minks chick was really cute. I doubt that I could do that shit, dude. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try and look up this one real quick, dude. See if because I really like this guy, and I was let's see if we can get any I should be able to react to some of this guy. We'd probably get clapped quick. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Featuring Young Poverty, only 34,000 views. Dude, I haven't heard a lot of songs from Crypto Wisdom in a long time, bro. He's a little corny sometimes. He's a little on the nose sometimes. But okay, you know what? This is an older one. Let's see what this is. I can't guarantee quality here, guys. Look, I like 8 of his songs. I don't know. We going in blind too, dude, all right? Like, let's see what we walking into. My boy Cryptic Wisdom, he's got some fire shit. He's got some stuff where I'm like, it's a little corny, dude. But I like him. He's a good dude. He's got a good message. He used to. I can't speak to everything, bro. Okay, that's good bass. Good bass.
I was so depressed, I was such a mess. Ain't nobody clean up like me. I was in the fields, but I stay real. Now they wanna be just like me. Every day living like I started at the beginning, again and again, beginning to get at my psyche. There was like no way out for me. You see, I bleed me out. Then my feet fall flat. Humble, don't wanna be all that. But I speak a different colorful language all day. Don't play with the neon raps. You ain't putting me on blast. Last year got the respawn last. This year's looking easy for the CC. See me if you need contacts. I was at the bottom, now I'm here.
Okay. Let's see. Another one I've never heard about. This dude is criminally underrated. One of the best rappers. Does he have his lyrics here? Of course he doesn't. Alright. So let's just go do this then. Save my soul. Very cryptic wisdom. I totally spelled that all wrong. Don't give a shit. I gotta be careful. Apparently if you use like the Genius website. So my boy said, I was so depressed, I was such a mess. Ain't nobody clean up like me. I was in the fields, but I stayed real. That's kind of a weak line, I ain't gonna lie. Now they want to be just like me. Every day living like a star at the beginning, again and again. Beginning to get at my psyche. Every day, like I start at the beginning again and again. Beginning to get at my psyche. There was no way no way out for me, you see. I bleed me out. But my feet fall flat, humble, don't want to be all that. But I speak a different colorful language all day. I don't play with neon raps. You ain't putting me on blast last year. Got the respawn last? Wait, that isn't, wait. Oh, I got you. This year it's looking easy for the CC. See me and if you need contacts. Alright, dude. I mean, it was pretty gangster, bro.
I was so depressed, I was such a mess. Ain't nobody clean up like me. I was in the fields, but I stay real. Now they wanna be just like me. Every day living like I started at the beginning, again and again, beginning to get at my psyche. There was like no way out for me. You see, I bleed me out. Then my feet fall flat. Humble, don't wanna be all that. But I speak a different colorful language all day. Don't play with the neon raps. You ain't putting me on blast. Last year got the respawn last. This year's looking easy for the CC. See me if you need contacts.
Okay. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's not like the most lyrically complex, but he had 3 switch-ups within the fucking rhyme scheme. The cadence was on fire, dude. Like, it's not the most complicated raps. Like, I mean, like I say, like, some of them are very simple. Like, he rhymes, what is it? Like, me with feels and real, and then me again. and then he uses like a way to break down again and again and again to back to beginning to beginning. Like, it's pretty cool, man. And then but then he also brings back the rhyme scheme from me to C. Like, it's not bad. It's not bad. Better than whatever I would have written. You know what I mean? Fuck.
I was at the bottom, now I'm here. Defeated every one of all my fears. And every single day, I would try to pray. I don't know the who, but maybe they take it all away and save my soul.
That's one thing I've always loved Cryptic Wisdom, like his singing, bro. He usually can do like a rock song, like sounding voice with a lot of vocal fry, and it sounds really good. It kind of reminds me of like MGK in a way, when MGK can actually rap and sing at the same time. It's very complicated. Like when you get into like Ren's music, Ren's vocals are a lot cleaner. They're a lot more. Like he's been adding like what was that, the Vincent's Tale or whatever. He did add a little vocal fry in there. But like more of Ren's music is very clean. The raps are a little sporadic, and he has a bunch of different cadences he likes to switch between. But his vocalization when he sings is usually very clean and somewhat articulate. Our boy Cryptic Wisdom here kind of like falls more into like a grungy-esque sound when he sings, and I think it plays dividends to like the type of music he puts in the background of his tracks.
You might know about me, but you'll never see who I tend to be. When I stray, clearly I needed help. I am my own breathing hell, and it's like I need to fail. Feed the shell, that's alright with me. Cause now, every time I get down, when I cannot be found, let it all go and feel it till it puts me on the ground. And I might look back at life and say I'm glad I made it out. And everyone that doubted me, I'm proud because I was a...
That's what I love that, dude, because like like music theory is an actual thing that people can get into, right? Like there's a typical structure for music. So like typically your first verse is going to be probably like your catchiest, like trying to grab your attention, especially in an attention span market that's like 15 seconds. You have 15 seconds to, you know, as a Twitch as someone that does streaming, you have 15 seconds to gain a new audience member. If someone clicks your song and it's not immediately catchy within 15 seconds, people typically click off of it. There's a reason why a lot of similar sounds and a lot of similar notes and chords are used in music, because it's familiar. If you hear it, instantly your mind starts to like process it as something that's like already like, oh yeah, I like this, so this is good. So one of the things that's really important is usually your hardest two verses are going to be the first verse and the third verse. The third verse is supposed to be the climax of the song. You know, you're trying to make the song squirt a little. That's right. I made a sex analogy. I'm a monster. I apologize. But like the climax of the song is like supposed to be like the whole emotional payoff from going from verse 1 to the hook to verse 2 to the third verse. Now this is just typical song format. Doesn't mean that all songs follow this format. Hell, like 50% of songs probably don't follow this format. But typically songs are done in 3. I'm old, but I still have an old fart with the attention. Exactly, dude. But like, so the second verse is usually the build-up for the third explosive verse. And in this song, you can see that clear as day. I hope I'm not misquoting myself. But the first verse was a lot more rhythmically challenging. It was more intense. It was more in your face. It was more abrupt. It was more catchy. This one slowed that down a lot and made you emphasize more on the words, because as you're going through the second verse, now you're trying to tell your story. He says, what you might know about me, but you'll never see who I tend to be, and when I stray clearly. I needed help, and I am my own breathing hell. And it's like I need to fail, feed the shell, that's all right with me. Because now every time I get down, when I cannot be found, I let it all go and I feel it till it puts me on the ground. It's not complicated, nowhere near as complicated as it was in the very first verse. But it doesn't need to be. It's telling its story. It's trying to get its hooks in you, like, so you can understand why the next verse is going to be as explosive as it is, if it is. He says, and then after that, I might look back at the life and say, I'm glad I made it out. And everyone that doubted me, I'm proud because. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the best part of the song so far. And there's a reason for that. He's just building out the structure of the song. He's filling it out. And this is supposed to, like, hopefully lead into, like, a big dynamic, explosive ending. And then people are like, bro, you obviously pre-watched this. It's like, bro, I will tell you. I watch songs all the time that are re-reactions, dude. It's all right. Like the Machine Gun Kelly one I'm about to put up. That's a re-reaction. I've heard that song like 1,000 times. You know? Well, I'm going to see if it works.
The bottom, now I'm here. Defeated every one of all my fears. And every single day, I would try to pray. I don't know the who, but maybe they take it all away and save my soul.
I love that, dude. I love that. It saved my soul. You're like, come on, dude.
And every single day, I would try to pray. I don't know the who, but maybe they take it all away and save my soul. My soul, yeah. Save my soul. My soul. Every day I'm trying to be the best. Take for granted not a single breath. I don't wanna be the one that's left, juggling the pain and this regret, knowing I'ma fade away in death. So I'm engineering every step. Even if I ever do regress, I'ma know enough to never stress. Even if I do wrong, it was not for too long. Maybe I was selling my soul, I wanted to fall. If I made up a couple new songs, sick in the stomach, the hunger rubbing on the dog. Living with nothing, I got it, but I never bought. Lit up a tunnel, but it illuminated fog. Gotta envision it when you kill it in the dark. I was at the bottom.
That was actually, I mean, it was better than the first and second verse, but he didn't go hard. So hopefully this last chorus, he lets it go. You know what I mean? That was not the explosion it should have been. My boy made me say all that to make me look like a goddamn fool.
Now I'm here, defeated every one of all my fears. And every single day, I would try to pray. I don't know the who, but maybe they take it all away and save my soul. My soul, yeah. Save my soul. My soul.
I mean, the song was good. Way better than Tom McDonald. Hell yeah. It was good. I like the song. Like my boy Cryptic Wisdom is good. The emotional payoff was not there. You know what I mean? Like, he stuck it way too, like, it's gonna sound really bad, and I don't mean it that way. He never pushed the boundary of his capabilities with that song. Like, there was no huge, like, thematic moment that, like, stood out. It all just kind of blended together. Like, Magic Gummy kicking in. Hell yeah, dude. Still a good song. Really fire shit. But I know he can go way harder than that. So that one was kind of like, that's like the perfect song to add to an album. You know what I mean? Like, it's good, but like, you know, I don't know anyone that's their favorite track. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that happening, bro. And Cryptic, I love you, bro. I love you with all my heart. But like, it just felt like you phoned that one in just like 5%. You know what I mean? It was missing. Like, the verses were really good. The first verse was fucking outstanding. The second verse was, you know, it was serviceable. And then the third verse was even better than the first. and the chorus was fire, but like you added no ad-libs to it. There was no like dynamic escape of emotion that built up through the entire song. It was just very cookie cutter from you, which is really disappointing to me. This breaks my heart. I'm sorry to say bad things about you, homie. Like, I love your music, bro. Like, just listen to this chorus. It's gangster.
One of all my fears, and every single day I would try to pray. I don't know the who, but maybe they take it all away and save my soul. My soul, yeah. Save my soul.
Like, he never let it go, bro. He added no additional rasp. No, like, it almost sounds like he copy pasted the first chorus to the second chorus to the third chorus. I mean, I've done that in rap music when I'm making songs, because like I never understood that like the tension is supposed to rise with each verse. Like, he should have been like, so my son, you know, like, just cut it in, bro. Who gives a fuck how bad it sounds? Just go for it, bro. Like, you have a good voice, you know what I mean? Like, you have some like these unique vocal chops that aren't like soft sounding, they're not clean, but man, do they hit the right spot, bro. Anyway, I think that one's gonna be it for me today, guys. I'm gonna have myself a wonderful day. It is 3:34. I'm over here singing like a moron with the window open, so God knows what these kids are gonna be doing, dude. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I love you guys. Yeah, we here, we in it, we doing it every day, baby. I'm gonna keep uploading some videos and see if I can get caught up on some of this shit. But we both know that oh, okay, Kia says she wants to pick me up at 4:30. Alright, well, that works. But anyway, I'm gonna hop out of here. I'm gonna get my stuff ready. Get cleaned up a little bit, clean up this room, finish the dishes and shit, you know, so that my girlfriend ain't gotta come home to look at none of that shit. Gotta spoil her as much as possible, bro, because hell yeah, dude. Peace out to the lost ones. Peace. Anyway, be safe, much love, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful day, William. See y'all soon. Exactly.